Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10 NA Qualifiers. I'm Killer Pigeon. Kips is here once more with me, and we are buzzed because up next we have got a best of three between two beloved teams. Because there's people on these teams that everyone knows, everyone loves. NA has so many cherished children, and these are the kind of ones that you just kind of want to see at an event. Finally, we got Team versus Rooons.
So we have IX Mike, we have BSJ, we have Monkeys Forever, who I personally really root for. I really like Boris as well. But then on the side of Team, ooh, I'm hearing the draft coming out already. I want to wax on and on about these players,
You can't, though.
these guys are getting into it.
Yeah, you got to grab them heroes. Off you go. But yeah, no, of course, Ryoya been looking pretty hot in some of these games. IX Mike expending his life so that others don't have to. I think the big surprise in the last few months in a lot of people's eyes has probably been Costabile.
Yeah, and we've been praising this guy heaps already. Like, where does he find that farm?
It's true. But at the same time, I'm gonna give the most credit to Boris. All right, Boris. Someone known in NA.
He's our favorite now. We're just gonna be so biased for that guy.
That's the thing. Like anyone else in this game,
right, I'm just.
I'd say the two that you don't really. Juby and Boris, right? Those are the two that you don't really know of if you're outside NA. You know, they're kind of like, who are these guys? But I'm pretty sure everyone's going to know who Boris is the way he's been playing. Juby as well, we've got to give him a lot of credit, but... Well, what, have we got a Boris here yet? I want to know. I don't think we have. No, they've opened with the Drow Marana, which is a... That's definitely one way to slap on the table. You're not wasting any time. You're saying, this is what we are about right now. Drow Strat, let's go.
And they were the first people to really get into Drown. They just haven't let go of it at all, have they?
I mean, it was kind of an import though, right? Because it was mainly Rezo who was, like, he was at Steadfast at the head of it.
Yeah, yeah. 10 seconds remaining. And that is one of those Gary players who will make the calls, who will want to make the calls. It's one of the reasons why he had so much trouble gelling with OG, because he's a very strong character who has an idea about how he wants the game to be played. And then if you run into a team that has a different mindset, you can't just find an overlap all that easily. So Drow is definitely one of those all-in heroes where you want the person who's playing that to make those calls and to say, this is how we are going to play this game out.
And actually, you know, they've got a lot of flex. Drow is that type of hero that opens your draft up. That's why I like to see it very early on.
Does it open it up?
I feel it does.
It down?
I mean, well, okay, maybe it shuts down the amount of melee heroes you're going to pick, but it really opens up a lot of ranged heroes that might be too weak. Usually, from a ranged hero in a support position, just sticking them in the off lane for dominance. You know, we've seen things like Wind Ranger come out just because you have that precision aura, and suddenly you can harass well as a support.
I do agree with that, but you are also sort of locked in. I can't say you're locked into the ranged heroes. But there's often this angle, like, if I'm not picking enough range heroes, am I getting enough out of this Drow? And it leads to people picking these lineups that might be lacking frontliners, might be lacking disables, that sort of thing. So it's a double-edged knife.
Alright, well, ban-wise, the Willow is gone, which is fair, actually. I think we saw some of that earlier today. The kill potential solo just goes through the roof when you add things like Drow into the presence for the Willow.
I am surprised to see that the Winter Wyvern ban. I guess they weren't going to pick it up themselves anymore with the Silencer, but Winter Wyvern is still such a good Drow counter. We saw it work out for Mango Bay really well, with the Drow just killing her teammates.
It also makes sure you're not in a scenario where it gets picked up against your PL.
Yeah, PL, same kind of boat. So we have an axe now. Here's your frontliner. So didn't fall into the trap of pick and only ranged.
You never know. Might be a support axe.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm all on that. Come on, I'm all on that.
We have been bamboozled before.
We have. You know, maybe GB's been watching a lot of E. Maybe he's an E disciple.
Could be.
Radiant team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Alrighty, it's a Nushum special. This guy plays so much Earth Spirit, actually. I think, like, when I think Nushum, that's probably the hero I think of the most for him. Constantly, actually, countless games I've seen him just play this. And he's definitely, that is definitely a style hero for him.
Yeah. And I think it's an okay pickup here. I'm you know, with a Drow, you see a lot of sieging going on, and I don't like to see Earth Spirit as the kind of hero that goes into that. If you have Earth Spirit as your primary initiator, you're not going to get the right angles. He's not that strong anymore, but they do have the Axe now, and Earth Spirit is an excellent answer to an Axe jumping in. So in that regard, sure. But it's not the most convincing Earth Spirit pickup I've ever seen. They're going to be sieging, not diving.
It's fair. So right now, looking at the bids, because this is the stage we get to this. The Leshrac pickup is already saying to me, Rooons want to go in hard and fast, and Team are more cryptic. You actually look at the picks right now, and the Earth Spirit says, I'm ready to go fast and furious. The PL pick says, I'm kind of rearing on the later side of things.
Well, he can go fast, right? But in this case, the Hood pickup is not actually going to do as much for you as normally, because it's like normally you'd be fighting early against all this magic damage. The only magic damage I see here so far is a bit of the Mirana and then the Lesh. There's no nuking supports. It's going to be right clicks. And you are going to be clicked down because as a low level PL you're not going to have that huge army of illusions yet.
There's a worrying factor to look at right now. I mean, yeah, the Axe is just perfect against the PL in this type of game. And the Leshrac probably going to be the support for that lane.
How did this guy make it all the way here? Hello?
This is NA. But Tiny...
They have been
Yeah, that's
banning
what I
him
mean. They've been banning the
first.
crap out of him. But he makes it for he sneaks in. And we said about this hero before, no matter what you do to Tiny, no matter how hard you nerf him, no matter what you change, he always finds a way to slip back through the door and back into the meta.
I thought I put him in the favorites. But
You should start categorizing them, you see, because
yeah.
she had to
but
think on her feet with the shelf accident. The shelf incident, we'll call it.
the accident.
It sounds like a Black Ops
right
classified kind of operation. The shelf incident.
The shelf.
You haven't got clearance to know about the details of that. You only got the audio files. Everything else was retracted.
But yeah, it's actually, I like it because I like categorizing stuff. It's how I started analyzing things. Just, oh, I have all these shiny facts. I'm going to put them together. And then look what comes out.
I try and avoid pigeonholing, okay? It's not a nice feeling. But final
That
pick.
seems kind of contrary to your nature.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm my own person, Gibbs. And this is their own draft. And this
Your
draft...
name does not define you.
Exactly, okay? I'm more than just the name. I'm a pesky voice that goes along with it. But looking at this right now for Rooons, the Leshrac is going to be a support here. Unless we do get that Shibaya Axe as a support.
I like, by the way, that do you see these bans from Rooons? I see the turnaround ultimates
Definitely.
for that high ground siege. They've already been anticipating all that way into the game. And
Okay.
I guess they...
Someone important here, actually. Because I'm looking at it right now, and it wouldn't be terrible for Rooons. Visage. Visage is still in there. It has not been banned.
Yes. Tiny is pretty good at getting rid of the birds.
That's a fair point. But we said about this retracted siege and waste interrupter. I could still see Visage working here, courtesy of the Drow.
I could. It's good. Follow-up on an axe initiation as well. Frontline tank still... No, Tiny can take off the Gravekeeper's Cloak as well. The Tiny is a really good pick.
Yeah, the
against
Avalanche, especially, because of course
And
it's instances of damage.
I also like it because this is going to be a core Tiny, so he's going to initiate, and you can actually push that Earth Spirit back to the counter initiate or the second to go in. So that Tiny does so much for Team's draft right here. It's really, really nice for them to pick it up.
Well, where does Rooons complete this? Because I'm more concerned right now about the fact there is a global stance available. Your initiation can be completely scuffed as a result of that. Well, okay, Team decided to go to the Pugna. They've got a decent amount of push power, but... Well, there's your power push coming in for Rooons. We said they were going to look to just assault quickly here. And Dragon Knight, you know, this guy is pretty frustrating usually, but you've just coupled him with a Drow Ranger. This Elder Dragon form is going to hit hard and hit fast.
So, offlane Pugna, I think, and then...
DK mid?
DK mid, yeah. Which leaves us with the question of, is this a support Mirana or a support Axe?
This is a support axe, a POS 5 axe. I knew it! Juby is an EE disciple.
Oh, maybe Juby did it first and we never get to see
No,
that because
but-
it was in scrims.
Okay, no,
All right, never
come
mind.
on. You know how this works. the big name gets the
10
credit.
seconds remaining.
And besides, like, the kind of guy that would come up with it is definitely Peter Murphy.
5 seconds remaining.
So, right here, right now, first game of the series has been your prediction up until now, right?
Mm-hmm. You want to follow my suit? You want to?
Yeah. Like, everyone keeping it cool. Got a bit overly excited yesterday.
I'm on the Rooons bandwagon, and it is actually that boss 5 axe. I'm looking at what he's up against here. The spam ability of it, PLs force you doppelgangers in a frustrating way. You can fight back against the Annoyance Sansa in lane, or if you do end up having the Earth Spirit, well, Axe is pretty tanky, and it's a risky one to try and dive onto.
I think this DK is really the kind of thing that they needed to tie together.
Yeah?
I was, after the tiny pick, I was really on the team bandwagon. But
I think you have to look at it a bit differently with DK, because like it's not like Limp, right? He plays a very different style of mid to Annihilate, but they are both aggressive in their own ways. And with the Drow aura, the tower push power is insane.
I'm gonna do the thing that I said that I wouldn't do, and I'm gonna break away from you again. Because you're saying Runes, right?
I'm saying Rooons.
I'm saying team. I think they can hold off this Drow push. Mostly after their tier 1s are down, they're gonna have tempo of their own with this Tiny, with this Pugna. And they can stall this out long enough for the Phantom Lancer to become an unstoppable problem.
That's a fair way of looking at it. That's the kind of thing. There is a race here, and Rooons, they have to be fast. So,
Yes.
looks like a little bit of an argument between us. We are no longer in agreement, and I am looking to actually reach first place, drawn with gods, if I'm right here.
If you are right here, you get to like sort of uphold our honor as a duo.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah, there's no way. I win in both scenarios. This is the Team Liquid play, my dude.
Thanks.
You make sure that no matter what happens, you come out ahead.
Boris asking for tips. The desperosity ensues. Please, I saw this new set I like with the shards. I need them. But, you know, yeah, that's an interesting way to go. You can view it that way if you want. I'm just looking for victory here.
Mm-hmm. I wish you good luck.
So, looking at this to begin with, I think the big worry is there shouldn't really be any kills for Tiny in lane. This type of hero that likes to just milk you up. He likes to get you low with the harassment from the trees, but Dragon Knight, tanky, has a lot of regen because of the Dragon Blood.
Yeah, he is
30
not
seconds to
going to
battle.
be intimidated by that at all. I've seen his lineup a lot, actually.
It's also the brief fire.
Matchup.
It just completely screws up your ability to just even force someone out or deny them a lot of gold.
Yes, and the timings of those, of both the tree and the breathe fire with the manacles line up pretty well. So it's, I can see it. I can see it. I just don't think that they're going to stop the Tiny from actually farming enough to get up to
The
that
battle begins.
point where he can go in. That's what I'm betting on.
That is. So I'm looking at TT's draft, and it is full in on this Tiny. His responsibility to deliver this game to the PL.
Well, that, and they do have a Pugna, so they do have wave clear on their cores to be able to keep one of them off of the map.
It's an arrow. He decides on tan, not a good idea. They just start 3 heroes up there. They were making a little quick gamble, but GB goes straight to bot. He's going to be backing up BSJ, and this is the kind of frontliner you want to give a Drow in a lane to make sure she's not exposed.
Yes, and they are going to look to go on her. Brax alone is going to cause so much irritation with the possible decrep into making sure that BSJ can't last hit. Then Newsham can just be on top of you
Yeah, you're
anytime he
risking
wants.
it. And this kind of the frustration is they're already identifying this. GB's straight up in his face all the time. And this is the true power of the battle hunger on the axes. Is your support going to go and get a last hit? Is he going to get the deny? Especially as a melee, especially.
Yes, no way. So he's going to have to tank a lot of damage and a lot of slows. He might actually want to stay out of range as much as possible.
Brax will be forced completely out of range. It's just so fun to watch. We were like this yesterday. We couldn't help but we didn't want to take our eyes away from the axe. It's just fascinating to watch a whole new dynamic for a hero.
We might be getting tired of it pretty fast though. Like it is only
It's
pretty
like,
much
all
a
right,
one
just
trick
battle
pony,
hungers,
right?
we're done.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's just fun because it's new, right?
Yeah, sure. You know, I wonder if it'll actually spread beyond the NA borders.
Well, either of these teams is going to LAN if this meta lasts. We might see it there. And once it's on LAN, once you get this mingling of the ideas of different regions, then yeah, ideas cross borders sometimes. And it's very funny to see how people won't necessarily try ideas like that until they've been up against it and felt its power itself. So LANs are more than just, you know, opportunities to win prize money or whatever. It's how ideas propagate from one region to another.
That's a fair way to look at it. Look at this mid lane right now. Tiny. If there's a hero that is going to make sure he's got a CS lead over you already, it's going to be a Dragon Knight. And you can already see almost a full creep wave ahead for the Dragon Knight.
He is doing pretty well.
Oh, rolling. Okay, yeah, good harassment actually on the BSJ. He does have a salve ready to pull in, and he'll be forced to use it. But you do get the salve out fairly quickly, and in this type of lane, it is a battle of attrition with the Pugna there and the Spirit.
But Lucian has been staying so far back that he's only just got level 2 now. I guess it's good for the Pugna to get that many levels, but it does say a lot about how this lane is progressing, that Jube is just forcing Nushim to move out.
I think the quietest place we're still on the map, there it is, the top lane, where it's hard to see the kill potential for Team here, actually. They do have to be careful of the return opportunity with the Strak and the Mirana being able to set up arrows.
Yes, I don't think Team is going to kill here. And, oh.
Just as we say that, Team die there.
Yeah, because I was about to say, we have seen the power of opportunistic arrows before.
Wait, is Boris going to go for it? Like, arrow's still on cooldown. He's just trying to buy a little bit of time, but Ice Mike is going to hang around too long.
This is a hard one to hit, though. That arrow that he got just there was really nice. And I think that you do actually want to start it like that, because the Lash stun is going to get dodged out every time. So you want that as the follow-up. And it's your biggest source of damage as a Lash as well. Lightning Storm has a nice slow, but it doesn't actually hit that hard.
Oh, BSJ going on here. And then the Never Blast, and suddenly you just have to abort. Nushim slowed down a lot with the Frost Arrow plus the Battle Hunger. He's already used the Rolling Boulder. He needs to buy a few more seconds, and Drow's not interested in walking past the creep wave for that.
He needs to watch out. Brax does not have any mana for a decrep anymore.
I'm actually looking at this right now. Is the mid lane... Oh, hold on a sec. BSJ? Okay, he's okay. Nushim might not be okay if he's not careful here, though. But Jube, he's just forced to force Brax out instead of going for that kill into the Spirit.
A little knife on the edge.
It's kind of a win in some ways for them, right? Like, they're slowing down BSJ, and on top of that, they're forcing him to just buy a lot of regen. Nushim just on a journey all the time. Oh, this time you might pay the price, though. The Battle Hunger slow. They got range for a Frost Arrow. Nope,
Nice
going in.
arrow.
BSJ need to be careful. Gets out of range of the Never Blast. On the other side, the spin comes out, and Jube gets a kill. Brax chasing forward. Might want to be careful. He's out of mana. BSJ, just kine him out. We'll be able to move away. He says, Jube, you got this. Just farm up, buddy. I'm going to head over to the shrine because it's available in 10 seconds.
Is Nushim going to intercept him? Yes, he is. But Brax doesn't have any mana to engage.
How do you kill the axe? I mean, you have to give over the bounty runes, but this axe is causing a lot of frustration. You pick an Earth Spirit to find kills early, and they have found none.
Yes. And in the meantime, their DK is, well, not winning the mid lane, but keeping this Steiner, who's lane dominator.
Cosby's dead. I think the Starstorm's going to come through. No, it connects on the creep instead. They slow him down. They leap forward. It's worth it. They'll get the kill.
Another put down.
This is looking a little bit grim on the outer lanes. Team did this was not the way they drafted for these outer lanes. We said the pressure was on Tiny, and it is mounting.
It is. Well, there's no big farm disparity just yet. The PL is holding up decently, and the pressure on the Drow at least is paying off. And because she is sharing the lane with this axe literally full time, she is not leveling as fast as she'd like to be.
There's a bigger power spike for BSJ on 6 than Brax, though, right? Because life drain, good luck with the call and the gust. There's no chance you're going to get a long life drain. Alex Mike, he'll get a little bit of a long spawn time here, though. The stun's hit, and he's going to fall.
Silencer, a good defensive support, but not in the laning phase.
This is the thing. You pick a PL plus the silencer is a great thing with the slows. The problem is when you're up against 2 stuns.
Yes. Well, you can argue that neither of them are reliable stuns, but Monkeys and Boris have been showing off how well they can chain their disables.
These guys, they're so in sync. Like, that's the most recurring thing I've noticed with this team is Monkeys plus Boris. They're on the same level throughout the game.
Yes. And Boris just moved over to mid to help Annihilate wreck this middle tower, and the Tiny was not in place for most of this.
That's the price for moving away. Half the damage on your tower already. You had a DD and of course the Drow as well. This is kind of life though. Usually the Tiny just tries to exploit the weakness in terms of HP of a hero by tossing him in. And I go Tron, Annihilate now. The Dragon Devil's going to come out. The stun hit on 2 is good, but the boulder smash through doesn't buy enough time. Annihilate will be the backup here, and Nushim, he fails to be able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe if Nushim was near the tower instead, they could have tossed back to DK. But that was just not an option this time.
I mean, he tried it very early on. that was the first signs of how different this lane is, right? We've seen plenty of times toss you under the tower when you're like level 3 and you die.
Jubi came into mid.
Oh, yep. Jubi's showing up. Going to give the room so they can actually get the tier 1. And this is a early time, 7.5 minutes in. You've already lost your tier 1 mid.
Oh, yes. I'm getting flashbacks to like 6 months ago when this was the norm.
Leaps away by Mirana. Takes a lot of damage, but we'll be fine. They don't have the shrine is the problem. So
and
they're going to be
all of these Radiant heroes are moving smoothly right into top. Team better see this coming, because this is such an efficient move. It's such a natural move.
Well, it's daytime. There's no trees. I hope they see it coming at that stage.
Well, like that, I was just a few seconds.
I think that's kind of the nice thing about the PL is it makes them harder to gank because, of course, you can doppelganger and as you escape, break trees, which means in the future you feel a little bit more protected. So it seems like they just left Brax to his own devices. And Drow, yeah, have you got the aura up? I think he's up to 6 now. Just about. No, he's half a level off. Oh. Doing a lot of damage to the axe here. Boulder smash through, hold him in place. Jubi's so damn tanky. The TP from Dragon Knight forced in the way. But Monkey Forever, he arrives with the arrow connecting on Nushim. They're going to get... No! He rolls out! He's still alive! They can't move away quick enough to get him. Well, Nushim doesn't get anything, but he keeps his life.
And they attract a lot of attention to that bot lane. So...
But this is always the advantage of the Dragon Knight pick. Is immediately.
Yeah, you can move straight on through. And Brax is great at sieging towers, but he's not the best at defending them.
You can poke and prop in the tree line, but that's about as good as it gets. And of course, you can just move to the left side and never worry about that. Oh, the Dragon form up. And this is the other thing, you can tank a decent amount of the damage from the tower of the Dragon Knight. So you don't have to worry about losing your creep wave too quickly.
And Brax is so careful about moving forward. He's not even spending his Nether Blast for the creep wave.
No, he's just patiently waiting, trying to prod, see if they do anything wrong, because Team are wrapping around. Oh, no, smoke broke. They'll find the kill on Jubi, but he tanks the gank here. And that could have been 10 times worse if they found the kill into the Dragon Knight.
Oh, yes. And the Drow Ranger gets her time in mid now. And this is one of the issues that Team are going to have for a bit, is that they have their map split down the middle now. And they're going to have to show every time they move through.
That's the worry. And, well, Annihilate just poking and prodding still. Oh, Dragon Tail coming out there. Brax, he steps forward a little bit too far. The Starstorm, he's gone.
Can't do anything. He was so careful before.
I think it's the impatience. It's like when you pick a Pugner and you're 10 minutes in and you're unable to chip away at anything. You don't. That's not why you pick this hero. Well, you pick this hero to do exactly that.
Then you should have shifted lanes. There is a tier 1 in mid. You could be trading that instead.
Instead, gets a little bit over defensive, pays the price, and well, they'll be able to finish off the tower. Nushim has no way interrupting this. He's not a sneaky ranged hero that can try for the deny.
But he is getting his level 6 now.
That's the truth. But I'm looking at the timings here in terms of levels. They are about even. But the difference is that Dragon Knight is getting everything he wants. Everything he's dreamed of in terms of tower mobility, like moving lane to lane, just taking them out.
I am watching this Tiny for his blink timing. He's nearly there.
It's going to be an important pickup.
For me, especially.
for your betting, yes. Right.
I am invested.
Well, he's invested too in that blink that he's just about got, and he'll have to make a move soon. Monkeys might be the prime target. There's a lot of people behind him. GB's here. Just going to force Costabile back with the Battle Hunger.
I know it also came in. Everyone is going to the top lane.
Smoked up again. This time, what will happen? Light's arrived here. There's the Out Dragon Form, Moonfall into Brax. The Dragon Tail's there as well. The stun follow up. They'll be able to find the call is there. Catching on Nushin when he rolls in. He doesn't get any abilities out. There's the Magnetized through. Just starts them up as well. Just smashing into them. Juby is going to go down, but first, Spirit Wall on the back foot. Ryoya, he strikes on the monkeys forever. Light still standing his ground. He's all alone though. He needs to go. 3-on-1 here. Does put out the brief fire. They don't hit too hard. They're going to try and chase him down, but the buyback's there from Leshrac. He sees this might be problematic. The avalanche, the toss. Iron Knight taking a lot of damage. The Dragon Tail coming out. It'll be fine. The stun turn around onto Costabile. Boris going to town. 3-on-1. He's feeling pretty dominant right now. Axe Mike's going to get low. Costabile alongside him. The damage coming out from this ultimate. And Boris, he's not done hunting just yet. The Lion Storm, the urn. Costabile's going to go out. Ryoya, he snipes out Iron Knight in the back foot, but he pays the price. BSJ coming across. We'll be able to finish him off. And the true winner in the end, of course, is this Drow. Just sneaking in at the end like a classic carry to just snatch the big kill.
Boris with that buyback. You can see there was this one moment before the tiny blinks forward again and the buyback had come out. They would have had to decide to go back right there, but they wanted that DK. They did get him in the end. Rhea is on top of the net worth now, but you fed so many kills into this Leshrac. It was kind of unnecessary. And you weren't buying any time either, because BSJ only, as you said, he just only had to walk in all the way at the end there.
Like, oh, no threat to me anymore. Tiny's out of mana, now it's going to be out of life. And that's the big threat right here, is the Dragon Knight. It's the tempo. He controls the outtake of this game going into the mid game. He's pushing towers, but the whole while, your concern has to be this Drow.
Well, at least the PL is farming. He's going to keep farming.
Yep. Unfortunate step back with that death in the top lane.
Smoke towards top now.
I mean, how many supports do you see that walk in the middle of 3 heroes like that and so definitively decide the outcome of the fight in the end?
None. The damage output of a Leshrac is insane.
Well, they're on the move with him now. Smoked up. Iron Ally wants to move in here. Our Dragon forms Velvet and CIX Mike. They're going to move across. There's a Dragon Tail. He throws out the curse, but it won't make any difference to his death. And well, that's going to be a tier 2 pushing in. The glyph already being used.
Ryoya was waiting here, and he is still waiting here. I wonder...
Monkeys, he could kill monkeys right now, but the problem is he'd probably die in response. There are so many heroes from the side of Rooons hiding in the tree line.
He might be looking for...
Going for the tower. Rio makes the move. Avalanche toss there in the backfield. Find the kill on Mirana. He's stunned up with the Dragon Tail. Will level up and the grow to get bigger. But Nushim, he won't be so lucky. He's not big and he's not strong. Brax trying to stand his ground, but the stun interrupts the life drain. He won't get the kill on Boris, and Boris chasing won't be able to find Ryoya though. So, 1 for 2 trade, but they get the tier 2 as well.
Yes. This is one of those very focused 5-manning pushing situations now that BSJ has joined in. They are going to suffer in levels a little bit because of this decision, but
you do have to act fast. I guess it is a counter to the Tiny concern, but you're kind of feeding into TT's plan here, which is Tiny create space, whether it's through his deaths or his kills, and PL just keeps farming the whole time.
Yes, and he is going to... Oh, he's actually not moving into the Shadow Blade immediately. He's going for the right clicks of the Echo Saber first.
Moonlight Shadow coming in. Juby wants to move forward. Of course, doesn't have a blink being a support. Axe is far off from this.
This is a rune fight.
They actually popped it too soon, so they were spotted by a wall, but no, the call's going to come out. The catch on Anushim, the arrow through, should be the cleans up. The global stun's going to be there. No, Monkey's Row, he knows his experience from before. He's going to go down again as Rio just solos him out. And well, the only person dying here right now is the Mirana. Juby's going to go down as well, though, to the Magnetized. And that's even more int for the Silencer.
That was very well done by Team. I had some... They really had an issue there. If that silence does not come out at exactly that point. But by now, though, BSJ was farming solo again.
Well, it was kind of weird to watch as well, because we talked about being careful about fighting high ground. It felt very greedy from Rooons, because Monkeys, he just like, okay, Nushim's dead, I'm going to move on to the next kill.
Costabile was challenging Annihilate here.
This is the thing, it just takes a little bit too long for Annihilate to kill him by his own. He actually needs some backup to do anything.
Yes. He is inching ever closer to that diffuse, though. Once he's got that, he can at least make sure that heroes like the DK and the Axe have no mana to work with anymore. Not to mention the Leshrac. He's gonna tear through Lesh like a piece of paper, unless he's the one that gets engaged on first.
Maybe the condition at this rate is can you get the PL, but the worry is always that Tiny just counter initiates. And while Boris is a little bit deep here, Ryo moving across with the invis room, but can't get close enough. Blink was on cooldown.
They were worried about the counter as well, I can imagine.
Yeah, the tier 1 still being up for the side of Rooons is huge here.
I think the biggest problem I see here is that there is no good way for Team Team to get the top lane off of their tower.
That's problematic. And well, Boris sneaky just pushing in here. Well, Avalanche coming out, tossed in the air. He's gonna fall. Ryoya makes him pay a price for his damage. And actually, some of it offset because there was backdoor activating again midway through that attempt on the tower.
Where are they going on monkeys forever here?
It makes sense. Like, they do have the means to just melt through him right now, and he's going for that Maelstrom to try and farm up. So it's not like he's going to get much more tanky on the Mirana anytime soon.
He'll open him up to, like, he will stay a prime Tiny target then for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, BSJ is more problematic to get on, right? He's got the Dragon Lance, he put it into the Hurricane Pike. He has the means to potentially escape here.
He's going into the Shadow Blade after that as well. He realizes that he cannot be the target of the counter initiation that's going to come out of Team. Well, I say counter initiation, but there's no blink on our axe just yet. They're still sieging.
You're a +5.
Is up on the DK though.
This is true. So DK can get on top of any target and stun them up. He hasn't really been able to use the Elder Dragon form in the last 2-3 minutes to push towers. So there's going to be this transitional period whether you eventually just go to Roche or you just try and go ganks with the Elder Dragon form.
He was kind of out of towers anyway.
Yeah, he's running out. There's a tier 2 in the mid and the bot lane still left, but you can actually see Team's positioning. They're very defensively orientated around this area, mainly because the triangle is great access for the PL to farm and bounce back and fought between that and Radiant's jungle.
Yes, and they have been able, like, they haven't tried to get the PL out of their bot lane as well, which is made him pretty emboldened to keep that pattern up. It's just the Mirana bouncing the wave from the tower, then perhaps moving back to mid. But normally, at this time in the game, I would start looking for an opportunity for either of these teams to do Roche. And I think that that is the next step for... Oh, there is a smoke.
For Rooons, right?
Yeah, for Rooons. For Rooons. Because they want it on the drow. They can siege high ground with that. And Team cannot take it for themselves. And
this might be good timing because Rooons are circling around the Roche Pit area. They're suspicious about the amount of people off map. And Team themselves may be a little bit hesitant, but believe there might be a chance that they are sitting in that pit right now. Well, they have got a ward mid, so they see a few people.
You smoke up to contest your own jungle, but...
they're not in your jungle. No. And now they're going to smoke up. And that ward just ran out. Wouldn't spot them anyway because they're pretty far back. This is the perfect time to make... Because Team won't expect it in this location. With that ward down, they think they're going to be safe. Yes. And if they can get Ryoya, this is the perfect kill. The blink initiation, they might be able to do so, but they're a bit reluctant. This might be a mistake going up the high ground like this, but with the Moonlight Shadow, they might feel unable to do so.
They know someone's up there.
Yep. Juby reveals himself to Alex Mike here, and Ryoya will just make his way out with the blink dagger. So a wasted move here, but they definitely can get the tier 2 now. This is the important part for them.
They made sure to have the mid-wave momentum going with Boris melting down the creep wave.
That opens up the Roche Pit. Like, it's getting pinged straight away. You have to. You just commit Elder Dragon form.
Only one more tower left for Team.
He said that the side of Rooons was on the clock, and they seem to be making... Like, despite what you can say about the net worth, yes, there's not a big lead for Rooons, but they don't need as much gold to have this impact as, for example, Team do on the PL.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Juby.
And tanks the gank. Keeps them away from the pit, and that should be enough time for them to finish off Roche.
Oh, yes, there's a little bit of a consolation prize for Team. Just like this bot tower over here. Yeah, always when Dire is occupied with this bot lane, it opens up the possibility for Radiant to go for Roche.
That's true, and I don't think the side of Rooons are likely to try and contest this, because of course, you've just let him operate here so far this game.
Yes.
It's unlikely that you're going to change at this point. When you pick up the Aegis, you just wait for your axe to be up, and then you go for the high ground.
There is one thing that's going to happen now, though. You're going to be pushing high ground while knowing that someone could go for your base at the same time. And you got to resist that. Or you got to be sure that you push faster. You cannot allow yourself to get delayed by this threat to your base. If you do that as Rooons, You are lost.
Oh no, look at that ward.
Cheeky spot.
This is the things we've been talking about more recently, is the change in warden patterns because of the most typical D-ward spots. And the best way to play it is literally skirting the edge. A lot of players have been practicing this, just going lobbies, checking the ranges all the time.
There's a couple of online tools for that as well. Really fun to play around with wards.
Bot lane, Monkeys is gone. Don't blink, you might miss it. You're missing your Mirana now for 40 seconds.
We mentioned that as well. He's not tanking up. And so he might have gotten out actually if the Pugna wasn't there as well.
I feel like they're kind of deceiving themselves here though. Like that lane is pushed in, so you think that is the safe place to farm, and your Mirana is most at risk, so you stick it there. But you just saw them bot a few moments ago.
Brax is overstaying his welcome.
He is. BSJ moving in the Shadow Blade. The gust comes out, and Brax is going to go bye-bye. No way to actually stop this from occurring.
He was knocking on that Radiant front door, and they answered. Like, you gotta imagine that they're not gonna let you get away with that.
I think it kind of makes sense why he tries to make that play, though, because in Team's eyes, anything they've done in that bot lane has not been responded to by the side of Rooons. So you kind of have to test the waters, right? See how far you can get. Just dip your water in the toes and see if it's actually acid.
Let me do it this far. Let's find out. But they got rebuffed a bit now. Let's see if they'll... Ryoya? Did he spot BSJ? I don't think he saw BSJ.
No, that would be a prime kill to find here as well, especially with the DD. He could kill him.
Yeah, but instead he shows himself. And BSJ has got his backup. Jubei is going to...
I mean, I'm honestly surprised he didn't Shadow Blade up and try to go on to Ryoya there. Just scout out and see if he's there. Obviously, then you don't have the means to escape if something goes wrong.
And I don't think Jubei has any kind of mobility item yet, right?
No,
so
he's just got more wards.
He can't move past that creep wave. And you can.
This is the problem with the Post 5 axe. Is your Post for an initiation tool? No, not really. I mean, you can hit your stuns from afar, but that's not the way it works. And there goes your axe and the TP out from Ryoya. Global stance to make sure he escapes. Nicely done.
They saw the Lesh coming with that ward again.
Do you know why that kill was so important as well? All the sentries you just picked up. They were getting ready to go down a lane and make sure there was no backstab from the Tiny. Meanwhile, on the top, though, well, looks like Monkeys is dead once more. Boris going to show up, needs to be careful. They're going to move on the diffuser, just melt for him so quickly. Goodbye. And the tier 1 will fall alongside him. Monkeys, wherever he goes, death follows him.
That is 3 kills in short succession on the side of Rooons. And they had built up a sizable gold lead from all of those towers, but that's gone now.
And this,
we are equal.
This is the deception.
They breached high ground.
I mean, I was going to say this is the BSJ. No, he missed the gust, but the Dragon Tail's going to be there. Nice cover with the Decrepify. Should allow Costabile to move away. We'll just TP out right in front of them so boldly. Not enough damage to kill him off. So much armor.
Close.
But I was going to say, this is the deception of having an Aegis. It gives you this sense of emboldenment. It's okay, there's no way they're going to assault us because we've got a second life. You don't mess with that. But they just go wherever Drow isn't. Drow keeps showing, and they immediately respond somewhere else. And I like this. I like seeing this.
Very patiently. Yeah. I'm impressed as well. We're showing a lot of... and this is usually leadership stepping in and making it very clear to the players that right now there is limits on what you get to do.
Monkeys.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, they're learning now. I mean, the sentries saw him coming just about on the low ground as he came down the stairs. But they still have not got rid of these wards because they're going to be confused by that.
Yes.
Smoke up, though. Right now, looking to lead the way. The pause is going to come out from Costabile. Oh, they're always best enjoyed with friends. That's why I enjoy playing with you, Scriff.
I am curious to see the gold graph here, actually. Yeah, there we go.
That is quite the dip.
You can see all of those lifts up when they take a tower. And then pick-offs. And they're going to have to find something with this smoke here. If they do that, they can move on. But the position of their lanes is not actually great. You want to go on either the mid or the top racks at this point. And mid wave is just sitting in the river. Top wave is even further out. So even if you win a fight here, you are not exactly in the kind of position where you can move on for that base push immediately. Because that's the one you want. That's the one that Rooons have been waiting for. We said that ages. Pick it up. You can finally go for the high ground push. And this, it's going to be hard.
It is.
Even if they win a fight here.
Yeah, it's looking like quite the conundrum because you're in this scenario where, like you said, the waves are kept pushed in and you're wholly reliant on just being able to hit high ground fast. And the delay is real here, okay? Team, I already agreed, despite backing the side of Rooons here, is if this goes too late, PL comes online, he takes over the game, you're aiming to finish fast. That's one of the biggest benefits of Dragon Knights. When he was being picked up almost every game, it was because you knew you could finish about 30 minutes.
Yep.
And we're 25 minutes in. Clock is ticking here.
Getting close. PL's a full Manta finish as well. He's going into the Shadow Blade next. I wonder if he might want a break afterwards as well for the Dragon Blood.
Yeah, I mean, you got Spirit Vessel, but the BKB is going to be a problem. So that's the biggest way to focus this out. And this is definitely the kind of power spike point for INLA. Of course, it gets stronger as it goes on. They're going to try and move in here. There's a Dragon Tail on the back foot going straight for a target stance. Can they get rid of him in time? Yes, they can. He's down for 30 seconds. They won't find anything else, though. This is a full abort and disengage coming out from Team.
Brax is top.
Just getting batting Rooons, doing the real work for his team.
And this is not the fight that they wanted. They can pressure a little off of this, and you can see they're hunting for more. They're setting up for that mid push. But you can't actually siege off of just a silencer kill like that.
Yeah, you were goading them in because you're like, okay, they're going to have to protect him. He's got global coming up. There's no way to let him die. But they read it correctly. He needed a few more seconds before he would have had it available. And there's no way in hell he was going to get it off by then.
Instead, your side lane's getting pressured in. They would have to find either Aurelia or Brax.
Now, you said before, in times like this, you kind of look for the...
out.
I was gonna say, in times like this, you kind of look for the gold disparity. And interestingly enough, it's focused around the +4s here. And this is deceptive, though, because, of course, one is a much better farmer, and two, it's what you do with that gold, okay? I'd say Earth Spirit does a lot more with less gold than a Leshrac does.
Oh, yes. To both of those. It means as well, like the gold, there is only a certain amount of gold on the map. And everything that goes to the Lesh is not going to the Mirana. And we've seen before that she is still a very easy target to pick off. She is not outputting that much damage. And if you want to transition her into the kind of right clicker that can maybe clear, for example, some PL illusions, she is not gearing up for that right now at all. You're really going to rely on this DK scaling. Maybe you're going to have to pick up something on the Drow as well.
It's problematic looking at it, and it's kind of been very visually obvious to us. The amount of times Monkeys has been getting caught out trying to farm here. And TT, they see this weakness, they exploit it all the time. They don't even have to care about the Drow right now.
The momentum is gone. I think they're waiting on that next Aegis now.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, this is the closest I think we've seen a game. Like 25 minutes in, usually you see kind of a spike starting to hit up for one team or the other. But
even in SA, we had a couple of close games, right? But that was much more back and forth. This has been very measured. There's a great deal of control going on here from both sides. And you gotta wonder if at some point the control isn't going to break. Someone overstays their welcome, someone's patience runs out.
I think the biggest worry that I'm seeing here is this kind of focus on still having the axe by all the wards. I think you'd benefit so much for the blink pickup, but it's not a priority for them. They're just focused on this Leshrac instead. And I genuinely say sacrifice a little bit of gold on Leshrac, get that axe a goddamn blink, because if he has that tool, it completely changes the dynamic of the way they take fights. And that's a DD. Well, Boris, we said he'd been farming up well. Rio, is he going to go for this? No, he's a little bit scared, actually. Atos does make the Leshrac a little bit more tanky. Yes,
and he had that Spirit Vessel picked up as well. So he is not the simplest target.
He's just sitting here, he's like, wait, why is Axe or Mirana not here? Oh, screw the Disco Pony kill. Those are the easy ones I'm looking for.
The Disco Pony is fast, so he's moved up all the way towards top. They're gathering here. Brax is not feeling so safe right about now.
He shouldn't be. They see him with the ward. They're actually going to de-ward his sentry, looking to move in here. On the hunt, Boris does have the Atos available on Brax. Uh-oh. The speed of this pony comes to work. The Spirit Vessel is there, which means Life Drain won't heal him up at all. Aeondis does get procced. He's going to put down the Neverward, but it won't matter. He's surrounded on all sides. 4 heroes here. The dunk missed time, but it won't make any difference, really. They still clean up the kill. 50 seconds on the sideline for Brax.
Their creep wave's getting cut, though.
Well, Ryoya was hunting for the core in the meantime, which they are being very careful with. But they are still looking. They don't care about the creep waves. They just want to find that bigger pick-off. And the pings come out. Ryoya is sitting by the creeps. They even glyph them to make sure the tower is protected and they keep vision for the meantime because they don't want to lose that wave. This is probably the best opportunity they've had to go towards the base so far.
Yes, but they have no creeps to do it with.
They've got 2. Johnny and Timmy survived the murder of their parents.
I think IX might deal with them shortly.
Didn't even get a single hit there. The missed chance for the Dragon Knight. Poor Johnny and Timmy, all right? We thought they'd actually grow up and go to college instead. They just joined their parents in that fateful ending.
Really?
Oh, BSD. No.
He's not going for that.
Just out of range. He couldn't quite glimpse him properly.
No,
he didn't. And BSD is going to go in. He is. The Gust is going to come up. There's a Shadow Blade. The Dust reveal is going to go for the TB because no one here to stop it. They're too far away. BSD maybe jumped the gun a little bit.
Still no blink on the axe.
And once again, the difference this would make. This Tiny is getting away with so much because no one can get close enough to interrupt these TPs out right in front of them. Boris, pretty deep here. Spirit Vessel goes out. The stun's going to be there. And he's always got his ult on, so we'll do the damage to Alex Mike and clean him up. Now moving in. Oh, the Gust. Mana dodge out. Costabile needs to get out of here, but Boris will tidily lose in the meantime. The life drain to ensure that that is the case. They're going deeper, though. Iron Light with the Invis Runes seen by the sentry. Costabile on the side just trying to escape. The blink forward. No. Fast moving kid gets out there. Brax cannot be touched by this Dragon Knight. Oh, Avalanche toss on the back foot. BSG's down. Now they'll be able to find Juby as well. He's been left behind by his team. Hung and quartered. Tiny with a backstab, and they're chasing for more. They see it. Phantom Rush forward on Iron Light. Iron Light. The diffuser's going to come out, but it won't matter. The BKB just trying to run. He can't stand around and fight right now.
This is not how you want to use your first BKB.
Arrow gets dodged out. The Dragon Tail just trying to slow us down. It's a fully defensive BKB. They're still in the hunt. The Dust comes out. The blink away just in time.
Yes.
Dragon Knight will make it out. No, Nushim's still chasing. Guess it's wrong. They do manage to complete the retreat. I'd say they bought a lot of time there, but the difference here is that the entire wave was always pushed in the direction of the retreat.
They have 2 catapults with them, and all of the pushing power of the Pugna behind them. Silencer is taking his time on top. He didn't actually spend the global during that last fight either, so he can just still contribute in case anyone wants to chase.
And this could very likely be a Roche if they want to on the side of TT. I think they don't feel they need it though, is the thing, right? They could use this because look, Rooons, they know this is going to happen. Rooons has to get out and make a move after that. Whether it's Roche or a kill.
You got to be watching that mid-wave, so you know, and they are patiently waiting.
They are wrapping around pretty hard on the side of Team. And there you go, arrow hits. They're probably going to get tempted to go in here, but they're a bit paranoid about it. The scan coming out from Dire, Team moving in, Ryoya leading the way. Oh, no, he blinks in.
He went in.
BSJ, who's Shadow Blade, keeping him in vis. Ryoya's a little bit confused about this right now. The pings come out, they see each other. But he doesn't realize how many people behind BSJ. You can kind of anticipate it's probably going to be the whole team if you drowse like that.
This is the moment where you need to look at the creep waves. Or are they? Top, pushing in. Mid, pushing for Radiant. Dire's got to either intercept the next wave or
oh, there's the Avalanche toss, jump in, Juby's gone, now the global stance is there. And looks like Dragon Knight going to be useful to use the BKB. Going to turn around and Nushim, not doing enough damage to the back foot. Looks like Boris going to be ran down though. He does get his ult, but it went out. Ryoya, he might finally go down. BSJ strikes hard and Costabile has to run for the high heels. The buyback coming out from Tiny as the godlike spree is interrupted and ended as Boris did get 1,000 gold. He bought back himself, it was enough. Monkey's being chased onto, has 1 leap left to work with. But there's the chase forward with a Phantom Rush. Costabile interrupted on the tree line, and Boris, he actually dies as a dieback. Triple kill for Ryoya as he strikes back, and no, this TP,
Nushim?
no, Monkeys, he gets it, Nushim. He couldn't interrupt, he wasn't 100% sure where he was.
Oh, yeah. This is a remarkably equal fight right there.
That buyback for Ryoya was huge.
Yes. Like, and he gets the kill off of that. Like, the one hero that's not going to come back.
Well, they look for instant gratification and value as they go into the Roche pit, feeling emboldened by the fact that the Shrek is not there to cause the anarchy
It's
anymore.
the slow one, though.
It is slow, and you need to interrupt this, though. That's my worry. I don't think Rooons can let this go. But they haven't got the Shrek for 50 seconds. Do they have a choice?
It would be 4v5, and the axe is on the bot lane. They can't go.
Yeah, they're not going. GB needs to farm more wards.
He needs to get that blink. Like, even if it's just to get that...
Uh-oh, no. Monkey's Throw gets found. Ryoya just cleans him up. Oh, this... You can feel him crumbling on the side of Rooons.
Rocked you like a hurricane. Yep. And
there's the heart.
there's the heart. Ooh, that feels like a punch to the gut.
This is the pain moment. This is team. They haven't needed to turn it up. They've just responded to any move that the side of Rooons has made, and now they get to go and do freely what they want. Jubi's going to be founded. The calls are going to come out and go for the TP while he still has the mana to do so. The stun isn't going to be there as Nushim places it a little bit boldly forward from him with the Remnant. But the ping's out on BSJ, who is TPing out as well. They are not hanging around. They just want to try and keep the creep waves out while TT are for once not pushing them in.
Yes. And I want to contrast here the way that Team Liquid went about the idea of we're running out of time versus how Rooons has been handling it. If you looked at Liquid switching up their itemization way before it was technically necessary.
Ryoya, he just screwed up here. He got a little bit too bold and he pays the price. Boris will live, but he won't. And they use the global silence as well. He's dead for 110 seconds.
But they can threaten high ground here.
They will be doing it 4 versus 5 though, without global silence.
Yes. But you can force Rooons back here.
They have to come back. There's no way that's happening.
So frustrating because here was their opening. And it doesn't matter that they got it because Constabile and Brax are...
Alright, now, right? Old Dragon form up. Just need to clear these out quickly. The brief fire slow it down. Life Drain, the BKB is going to be there. The Dragon Tail. Nushim, he jumped a little bit too quickly. Atos to hold him in place. He's going to go down. He tries to protect himself with the Decrepify, but it won't matter. Roll out, gets blocked out. Iron Highlight will be able to clean up the kill. We'll get the Never Ward as a little bonus, but you just lost your tier 3.
That was overzealous.
BSJ, though, this move. This is bold, but PL is not back in the base.
So now... Oh, he showed himself, and Brax gets to get rid of the creep wave.
Yeah, arrow through from Monkeys won't land on anything, and PL is almost back at base now, so this becomes very risky. But they have to do something. They can feel it.
They just got their tower taken. You want to at least trade this here, and not having the wave turn automatically at this mid tower can be pretty huge. But
they get the tower. BSJ hitting it pretty hard.
Yeah, they got it.
Alright, so they even up here in Iron Ally. They're getting greedy. They want a little bit more. The life drain hurting Iron Ally a little bit, but doesn't care too much. Has the BKB still to work with. BSJ gusting them away. Constabile going in pretty deep here. A BKB coming up to Iron Ally, trying to move away quick enough. Juby does get rid of a lot of the illusion for calling himself. Monkey's forever forced to leap to the back line and escape. And in the base, BSJ, he's still going. This greed, he wants it so much. He will get the racks, but then he'll go pop straight afterwards. And Boris trying to go work. The damage is huge. Nushim's going to go down because Constabile down to half HP. The BKB and Boris is going to run out soon. The arrow to get rid of one of the illusions, but it won't actually hit on the main target. They'll keep chasing. Boris will fall. He's out of mana, out of life, and out of time. But suddenly, BSJ, this is a very interesting move, and I'd argue in some ways it was worth doing.
Yes. I think that was the correct move there, because the Tiny was dead for such a long time. They could get away with it at like their fingertips, and you're pressuring Team now to try to get equal again. Are they going to do that? Are they going to fall for that? Are they going to maybe overextend here into a draw buyback? I mean, Boris also does not have the buyback.
Yep, he already used it last time. They'll know this. The blink is now there for Axe, though. Juby could make a big play, and they could buy back into this.
He's going to die for it, for sure, but he's going to disable people for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Constabile still has the Aegis to work with. Do they just try and buy time and let him have a little bit of something until it runs out? Still got a decent amount of time left on the Aegis, actually.
As they went to work pretty fast after getting it. And Ryoya is back.
Yep, and he has crits this time. There's a glyph trying to buy time. 15 seconds until the strike is up. Ryoya's pretty deep here. The damage on the Juby is gone. No, they can't get into time. I has to use the BKB, but now what do? Costa to be able to turn around, just start right-clicking him. You actually have to find the right one and get rid of him twice. You're going to protect him the time being. Life Drain to get him back up. Iron force start back towards his fountain. They don't want to mess with Ryoya right now.
Oh, Jubei.
They just got the blink. He finally got some gold.
And he was too hesitant on using it.
Stun hits onto the Phantom Lancer. Constabile, he shrugs off the damage though. He doesn't care too much. The Crepfire to stop this. The Dragon Tail's going to be there. They will get him once. They need to get him twice though. And they might have the arrow coming off cooldown for this. Can they get it? No, the Avalanche, the global stance, they jump in. They move first. Dragon Knight down to half HP, trying to move forward. The force stuff to get him further away. Ryoya, he's going down just as quick as Dragon Knight is. He stands ground. Constabile down to half HP. They might actually get him. No, the Chief gets in. The BKB coming up with Boris, trying to move away because they turn around. The Spirit Rest onto Ryoya. The stun is good. He's going to get him. BSJ, now he needs to turn around to Constabile. Constabile cannot find the kill on Boris, and he needs to get out right now because guess what? Axe is bad up. He has the blink. He wants an opportunity. The Gust is going to connect. They need to slow him down. There's Crepfire to cover the escape, but there's the call. Coming in. The control is good. The life drain to keep him up in the meantime. They are going to lose Nushim. Now, double gang to get out. Costabile is going to turn around, look to fight. The diffuser on the BSJ. He's run out of mana fast, which means he can actually tank a little bit more. They're going to turn around. The spin's coming out. Juby getting him low, but Costabile trying to get out still. Ruined with the ATOS. The arrow through. They might finally do it. They're going to bring him down. They get rid of him. 90 seconds on the sideline for the PL. They hold in the end. Yes, they lose an entire lane, but given what was up against them, that was the best scenario that Rooons could have asked for.
That was a great defense, and I gotta question Team's decision to go in so hard on the DK there. That is the only guy that you can't burst down.
We saw it, right? When Ryoya is dying as quickly
Yes.
as Annihilate is, that says everything you need to see, because we've been saying Tiny has been on point, in control this entire game.
At least he doesn't have the huge buyback timer this time. He is going to be here for the next defense. I mean, is Boris just
You can throw your life
being
away for this.
opportunistic? Can you? He's the guy without the buyback.
Yeah, but he has it up soon. 40 seconds. There's no way you get across the map in 40 seconds.
I wonder. A problem for Rooons here is that they cannot equalize on the bottom half because the tier 2 there is still up. So they gotta go for top instead and make sure that both teams have the same problem at the same time. But Costabile has a buyback.
They're on the high ground. This does not take long. Almost got the tower ready, down to half HP. Boris needs to be careful. The BKB is going to come out. He's just going to zonal buff them and TP back to the base. The damage is huge though. No, one more hit. Ryoya, he almost kills Leshrac. But that's genius at the same time, because by sitting himself there and TPing, they didn't even try and cut the back line.
Yes. It was a bold move and it paid off. That said, they did not force a buyback out of Costabile. So he will still have that, no matter what happens next.
You just remember this, Juby, running for the high hills. He knows what's coming already. I'm not sure if he can get out.
This is like watching a wave of water bounce from one side to another.
Sad Juby. They're going to use the Moonlight Shadow Moon Wave, but the dust means he's going to be slowed down more. There's a ball smash through behind Annihilate. He turns around. Nushim down to half HP. The Decrepify to protect, but the Split Earth is there. And now Ryoya coming in the back foot. He'll find the kill next anyway, but Nushim should be trading here. He's going to go down in response. And Annihilate move forward. The stuns are there. They'll get the stuns. He's down the sideline. Blinking forward for more. Brax needs a TP out. They don't have the means. No, they do. The Ionis popped as well. Means he hasn't got any time to buy. He's going to go down. They get more kills, one after another, as Team try to abort too late.
Nushim really overchased there. He was going in all in on that, and he was not waiting for that. All right.
And this feels like a misread on the transitional period, right?
Yes.
Ryoya's been... He's had him by the gonads the entire game.
The wave bounces back. Radiant in front
Back
of
out.
Base again.
Avalanche toss, jump in. They're getting him low, but Boris gets the BKB too late. PSG is going to try to blade up. Made look to turn around here. The gust is there. Annihilate stand his ground. Do a lot of damage to Tiny. Going to force him away. Costabile, he's alone in this, but he's going to get some assistance coming in. Annihilate. They will finally have the life drain to suck down and kill him off. And BSJ in full retreat will leave his illusions behind, but there's no way he's backing that for a win.
All of those buybacks coming back out. So Boris and Annihilate are going to be part of, well, maybe of the wave pushing back again. What's the rush timer here? How long have we got? Because both sides are going to look for something decisive to turn this.
Everyone will be alive, but Pugner will not be able to have buyback.
There is a DD rune here, though. And they're going to guard that one. Ryoya is so far away right now. He's got a great...
He's on the prowl. Despite the outcomes of the last few fights, you can't give him credit for sticking to his guns in this.
He's going to pick up that DD now, I'm sure. I've been saving it just for him. No? This is for the PLNs?
Top shrine has fallen.
So, Team has temporized a little bit. They've decided to finally get to these shrines. And, yeah. Double damage for the PL. They can't... One of the reasons to get rid of this shrine, by the way, is because it allows for an easy way to backstab on this next high ground siege.
It's true.
Did they find...
Oh, monkeys. He's not going to force again. No, Avalanche dodges out, though, with the leap. The arrow we sent down, straight towards the illusion. But that's fine. Monkeys, he's adapted. It took a while, it took a few deaths, but it's no longer happening like that. And that's important here, actually. And also, look at Mirana's net worth. We're starting to see the gap that was there is expanding between him and Brax.
They still have a PL problem, though.
They do.
DK is holding on for now.
Do you think we maybe... I'm not sure if we see something like an Ags pickup for BSJ on that drow.
I like seeing draw axes in this kind of scenario.
Because I think the worry is like, well, the PL, if he's got that many illusions out, it won't make a difference. You're more reliant on Axe just using the core correctly.
Past the ward.
Moving forward, Ryoya, he's invis here. Oh, no, he breaks the smoke, but I'm now stunned on the 4 heroes here, but they're not in position to capitalize. They retreated with the blink away from Ryoya.
Where are the sentries for the Dire?
Who needs them? It's only Moonlight Shadow. They've got their own smoke. They'll know when they come in. They've got a gem on the Earth Spirit, so they're feeling a little bit emboldened by that. The problem is Nushim could get picked off very easily in these scenarios. Dragon Tail coming out. Brax got found. There's the Eldest, and now the call coming to Global Silence return. Ironlight uses the BKB. Costa B leg, and the doppelganger up, looking to fight. They're already getting Brax low. He's going to move away the Glimmer Cape, and now Ryo down to half HP. The Spirit Vessel just ticking him out quicker than the Dragon Knight. He might go down. Yes, he's gone pop. In return, Dragon Knight will fall. The buyback's coming out from everyone who has him available. Everyone up on the pit. Boris trying to move away quick enough. Costa B leg chasing on the back foot, looking for monkeys. Boris is going to get low from this. The Spirit Vessel is ticking him down fast. He's getting out of sight, though. He does move fast. Nushim looks the wrong way. He'll be able to move away. And monkeys, balls of steel here. Look at him just clicking deeper. He's like, am I hidden? Please don't find me.
Oh, they're bringing it.
Thank you very much, Lashrak. Gets him out. So, after that, buybacks committed. A lot more actually coming. 2 to the 1. Oh, Mirana stunned up here, needs to move away, leaps, and now Dragon Knight, he just fought back. No, he's going to disappear. They get him. 110 seconds. Monkeys forever. He's out of leaps, and he's out of time too. And that just secured the Roche pit for the side of Team.
You need to split push now. Boris is solo, but he's going to do it. He knows that he needs to attract attention away right now. Is he going to get it? No. He's
going to push in somewhat. Now. But this is problematic. Yeah, BSJ, they're already eyeing it up. They're moving towards the mid lane now. He needs to get out of here. He has a Silver Edge at the ready to make his escape. They're just going to cut the creeps. How bold is he feeling? He's not feeling bold enough to go to the high ground and try and finish off that Rax. But they are in the business of buying time right now.
Yes. He's eyeing up the tower. What can he do?
These moves from Team are on point, by the way. The way they're pulling all the creep waves back. They want max value out of this dieback.
But you're saying that, but they are not moving for the enemy base right now. They have 60 seconds left, but...
Is it top? It feels like they're worried about top, because I remember we said early on this game, who goes and pushes that out?
Yes.
And it hasn't really changed in that regard. We saw the Shrek just quickly shove it.
Well, Costabile feels powerful, and he just spotted Boris.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Boris does have his BKB. If he's TP, yeah, it's still on cooldown for 40 seconds. So, he doesn't know what's coming, but when it arrives, it's going to hit him in the face like an 18-wheeler. He's hiding in the trees, though. Oh, no, he isn't. He tries to move past the other way. Going to chase through. There's a jump in. The avalanche, the toss, it triggers the Eldest. He's got the BKB available, but what can he do with it? Split Up's going to come out, and he knows he's gone. And in the bot lane, BSJ, he does take a tower, so they're going to have to go back to deal with that. It's back and forth
they already have
right
people
now.
Sitting in the base.
And this is interesting. I genuinely felt strongly Team were going to make this move straight away. This feels like it's kind of a mistake, because yes, your PL is strong, super strong late game, but you're just giving time to Rooons after they made a critical error.
Yes, that dieback could have been punished much harder, and the mid wave doesn't take that long to get up to the enemy base. They could have reasonably gone there. What I want to see is Boots of Travel now, coming out on as many players for Team as possible.
I was expecting Rooons to start picking them up, actually, especially on the Shrek.
Yeah. Like, the first people to have the TP advantage here now will be the ones that can force the fatal mistakes. And I see several brand boots left on Team Freedom. While everyone... Oh, Team Freedom. Yeah,
Rooons.
On Rooons. In order to... Team would have to actually sell most of their power treads to get there. The wave's looking good again, though. Brax dealing with this. Meanwhile, the Phantom Lancer, who must be feeling close to invincible, is moving on the mid wave. And even top is looking solid right now.
They've already burnt through about half the duration of that Aegis, though, and they haven't really... They've done nothing with it.
Well, here's your haste.
I mean, he has a buyback as well. PL hasn't committed. Well, there's a cooldown reduction. Drow hitting that big critical point. It's never given enough credit, but the BKB especially.
Yes.
This is actually... There's going to be constant Silver Edge, by the way.
Did he just break that?
Hey, what does he care? Look at his 11-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's just... He broke it before he'd actually looked up on the high ground. No, they have vision there.
He's feeling safe. He's fine. Costabile just trying to shove this bot lane again. It's always going to go towards the base. They're just trying to distract them, but to what end? What's your move here? Is he just going to go in finally?
They were blocking the ramp leading up to the dire jungle, hoping that people would try to backstab Costabile. No such thing happened.
I mean, it's not a move worth making.
By this time, BSJ has made his way back to the top lane.
It's true. Still using clarities at this point. Wants to make sure he can use Silver Edge all the time.
Yeah. Clarities keep being relevant way into the late game. And
Costabile shoving everywhere at once.
Yeah, he is cutting the wave that is getting threatened the most right now.
He's trying to force a mistake as well. That's the other thing. He wants to see Rooons just overextend a little bit. Just come down at low ground and instantly move. They'll take the tier 3 here. They're not sure if they want to commit hard here. So they'll get dodged
BSJ is nearly up to their base.
Yeah, so it's going to be a trade. The glyph's going to be there, and BSJ is already knocking on your door as well. He takes one of the racks, he'll take the other one as well. He's going to force the glyph, but he won't leave before he's got that melee racks.
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, okay, he's scared. They just all went missing from mid. And BSJ, these moves.
This is playing to win.
Team up. It's not crumbling, it's panic. It's so worried.
Ahead there. And I think you have the superior push there.
You do. I mean, BSJ can do a lot, but not that much alone.
Call their bluff. It's like, all right, you've got one drow on the top lane. They still have the bot racks protected by a tower. He's still going to have to go through that. Meanwhile, you have a Phantom Lancer with an Aegis up in their base. Either you take all of their buildings, or you take all of their heroes.
And that's the worrying thing here, is because if they let BSG do that one more time and they don't call that bluff, it's too late. It won't matter next time, because he'll take everything. And your Aegis is going to run out very soon now.
I think they should have thrown that Aegis at something, but they didn't want to get locked out. There is still no easy way to move across the map.
There's the Aegis expiring. The opportunity is missed here to commit all in, and well, actually, there might be that occurring straight after the Aegis expires. Look at this movement. They're all out of the base on the side of Rooons. They know the timing of that Orochi. They're not silly.
Well, you would want to fight here, though. It is easier for a buybacking hero.
Boris is the worst opening target, though. He has the Aeon Disc available. Pop. Now they need to retreat from this. The BKBs come out. Boris will just TP away. No, the damage is too big.
I think so.
Just because it works once doesn't mean you can do it again 20 minutes later. Costabile hitting way too hard there.
And
he has buyback.
They got this top wave now. So they're going to hit a little bit of an awkward spot where you have to grab... Yeah, BSJ. You go.
This is the name of the game right now.
Yes. And Team are going to have to decide to just let him do that.
He could actually just burst for a tower with backdoor on, I think, at this stage.
You think so?
Look at his damage. Hits for 500.
They're moving to cut him off now.
They need to. The problem is Monkeys is here, and actually at this stage you're fine with Monkeys tanking that gank so that Drow lives.
And Jubei is up here. He knows that they are... Look at...
He wants them out of the base because PL's gone in. Without an Aegis, he feels more bold than he did before. They want to force that buyback on the Lishrak.
I think his need... Oh, is this screwed?
There we go. Yeah, Monkeys gets the CORSAIR. We're just 52 minutes in and only cost you a set of racks.
But Costabile equalized the racks on mid, finally. So now it's all between that bot lane versus top lane. Shove.
This really
and I like that Team is just cutting the wave here in response to BSJ cutting theirs.
And this is a highlightable point. This is one mistake cost it. It feels like I honestly thought Rooons would try and take that fight with the Lishrak top. Because we were saying that is the prime target.
There? Yeah.
If you had to choose anyone on your team that has to be initiated on first right now, it's the Lishrak. But reluctant still. They will make a smoke movement. The problem is Team, they move in groups here. This is probably the most split up we've seen Team all of the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Costabile, not a great target.
No, they need something else.
These
two, though, they're going to get him. There's the stance. He's going to go down the cool. It controls up racks. There's going to be an Aeon Disc trying to move away. The global stance to the buyback. They're looking to go in. The Avalanche hitting on a huge amount of heroes. Free, locked down. They're going to move away with the Moonlight Shadow, though. Everyone does split. Different ways you go. BSJ out the back. Everyone else down the mid, back towards our base. They forced a crucial buyback, and they did force him to use the global stance. But don't worry. He refreshed. He's got it again.
Yeah, that was... I gotta admire the way that Rooons just scrambled there. You go in, you get the kill, you get the buyback, you move out again. That sort of stuff, you gotta discuss that beforehand. Like, alright guys, we're just here to force the buyback. There we're going.
But the composure as well. They get 3 heroes get hit by the avalanche.
Yes.
Right, Tiny, the new Tide Hunter in this. But yet the composure that Rooons show in the face of one tiny mistake size at 9-8, jumping in, the Dragon Tail's going to be there. Can they get the stance again? No, to protect the crab fight, trying to get it off in time. The global stance, he will get it out, but the BKB's there. Boris just running into the Undas to fresh him off, but Dragon Knight's going to go down, and now Lestraki can't move away quick enough. Constantly going in. Jimmy, he's too late to the fight. The call's going to come up. Maybe they'll find someone to return. Nushim goes down. Sansa lingering on the side. Monkey forever. He's going to pop. They're all buying back for this. BSJ going to make the escape with the Silver Edge. They need a solution to the PL. The Rio in the back foot. He's going to go down. The stun is there onto the Pugner. Taking a lot of damage. Lestrak. He'll fall again. But now the call. It's going to be the Underpugner. They're going to jump straight on the top of him. The Dragon Tail through. They'll get him. Costabile needs to make an escape. They see him permanently. The pings come out. He's trying to escape with the Silver Edge. They're chasing forward, but they don't have the detection.
I think he's getting out.
He's going to make it. The problem is, Roche is up. How soon? It's not long. It's a minute. And that means there's no Pugner for this fight. But there's no Leshrac either.
No. The Pugner buys back.
Oh, there we go. Buyback coming out. They have the advantage.
Lesh doesn't have it.
This is the move. This is the big deal.
All of the buybacks on both sides have been spent except for the carries. I love this. Can I just say that?
This is NA Doha. This is what we came here for.
This is the game that we came here to see. Costabile on the front lines again. He looked close to invincible that last fight, but he has finally run out of cheese.
But he has buyback. This is the problem. He can go in. He can commit to clean up the space.
He has the travels now.
Exactly. And look at him. He moves forward. They're feeling emboldened. They'll take the tier 3. What can you do here? You have to fight them. There's no way you want to be up against Mega Creeps.
Cliff just 1 second too late. They can't clear all the illusions still.
Come. They've got no solution to this. The arrow's going to fly through. Nushim dodges out though. And now they go work on the buildings. Racks are going to be cleaned up here.
You have, and you don't want to engage.
You don't have a choice at this rate. Gus is going to come out. Costabile doesn't give a damn. That's your final Rats going down. Jimmy, no! The jump in is too late!
Now have Mega Creeps.
You're up against Megas. Roche is about to respawn. They were just staring it down and they couldn't. 20 seconds more for the Leshrac.
And Team know. If they can probably clean this up in 20 seconds, but if they wait just one wave and Rooons try and make that move, they are going to be desperately rushing.
They are.
They have to.
There's no choice.
Pings come out on BSJ though. They're in the Roche pit. They're doing it right now. Not the quickest though, because this is the case for PL. Smoke on the high ground. They've got the global stance available. BSJ has the stab in the back right now. Nushim dodges out with the blink though. Down to half HP. The BKB's coming with BSJ. Trying to go to what? The core control is good. The global stance is there. Now Rio wants to jump in. 4 stab away. BSJ cannot die here. Monks rope down to half HP. Eyeline moving forward. Looking at Nushim. We'll be able to drop him quick enough. They're going in. They're going for more. The Ondiski does get procced in the Brax. Leaps in. Monkey's rover. Still BKB running. Brax, he can't life drain enough. He's going to die. Boris on the side though. He is still partying here. He's going to melt through the diffusal, but no. BKB turn around. They might have him. They get the PL. Ryoya. He's all alone in the mess. He's going to go down. The buyback on PL achieving nothing. Gems on the side, they don't give a damn. They're going to go back, defend their base, and they're going to know there are no buybacks left on this on either side.
Oh my lord. That jump in from Jubei did so much work. They could cross that threshold up onto high ground.
What is that net worth swing? Almost 11,000 gold. You're mega creeped, but team, what's your solution now? PL, he has to do this on his own. And BSJ, screw the buyback. Let's buy more items because I'm coming in right now.
They're coming in for the win.
They can do this. PL, what's your solution? Going to try and backdoor? No, you can't. You can't backstab for the throne here.
No, he has to. He cannot defend this. Oh, he
has to. It's literally the only choice he has. They do this too fast. There's nothing. He's just confused. What is your solution? Go on BSJ. The BKB is going to come out and the throne is already gone.
Oh,
they do it despite the outcome through and through, and it just looked so good for Team Rooons. They take game 1.
They played this so well, and then that decision for the PL to leave the pit instead of finishing the Roche. I mean, you can say that he had to, but at the same time, if he still has an Aegis, he can actually go in on that fight and clean up. All those heroes were so low. He could have actually gotten something in return. But
it's not that one mistake. Like,
they
didn't have to go that late. That previous Aegis, if they just hit high ground and they force Megas at that point, I don't think the Rooons even get this opportunity to bounce back.
I don't think so either. But he would have had to accept at that point that BSJ was going to take some buildings. And that takes a moment of composure. And he had to get fed up with it first. But by that point, they'd lost valuable time. And yeah, I saw Scrift typing promo code PSJ. Yes. That man.
You cannot give enough credit here, because here's the thing. This isn't Liquid. This isn't TFT. This isn't one of these teams that's been formed for a long time. This is a bunch of high-level NA players coming together and saying, I want to go to DreamLeague. And the composure, that whole fight with Tiny, the triple avalanche.
Yes.
I've seen professional teams, tier 1 teams that have been together over 6 months, crumble under those sort of scenarios. And they read it perfectly.
My mind is blown just a little bit right now.
Well, a well-earned victory in Game 1 for Rooons, and a well-earned point for me, actually. I'm not going to forget about that in the excitement. That's my equalizer for first place.
I mean...
What a way to get that equalizer.
I am not even mad.
You can't be.
That was beautiful. It was. We have been waiting for a match like this. And we've seen some good Dota, but this was great Dota. And this was just the first map.
BSJ. Well, there's more than one personal team, but BSJ proving that Dota can be an art form. And that's only Game 1. These are best of 3s and everything on the line, because whoever fails here is eliminated. Whoever succeeds gets to come here to Sweden for DreamLeague Season 10 in November, start in November. Everything to play for. And you know what? I'd love to see either side at this point.
Yes. No matter who goes there, they have shown that they can keep their composure right up until the bitter end.
But there's only one way to find out who will get to come. And that's by going to a short break and then coming back for Game 2. Stay tuned.
Watch the player's point of view with your favorite setup. Follow your favorite Dota 2 player in every detail. With the Snipe Sense, you can get direct predictions about the upcoming game. Subscribe to the Digital Pass now.
but she knows it's really all about those kids. At the end of the day, you do the best that you can, and then you get up in the morning and you do it all again. And when your best laid plans slip right through your hands and blow away, grab yourself a dream that you can hold on to at the end of the day. She's turning out the lights. Sometimes she gets lonely, but she knows she'll be alright at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you do the best that you can, and then you get up in the morning and you do it all again. And when your best laid plans slip right through your hands, grab yourself a dream that you can hold on to at the end of the day. Oh, grab yourself a dream that you can hold on to at the end of the day. Pitter-patter, 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 rainy day. It's a rainy day.
A rainy day.
Such a rainy day.
A rainy day.
It's a rainy day.
A rainy day.
Such a rainy day.
A rainy day.
There are puddles at my feet and those gray clouds up above. But they can't spoil this rainy day, 'cause my heart's so full of love.
Oh, it's such a rainy day. Such a rainy day. Oh, it's a rainy day. It's such a rainy day.
It's a rainy day. Such a rainy day. It's a rainy day. Such a rainy day.
There are puddles at my feet and those gray clouds up above. But they can't spoil this rainy day, 'cause my heart's so full of love.
Shoo-be-doo-wop, shoo-be-doo-wop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-be-doo-wop, shoo-be-doo-wop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-be-doo-wop, 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 shoo-be-doo-wop-wop. Pitter-patter, 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 rainy day. It's a rainy day. Such a rainy day. It's a rainy day. Such a rainy day. There are puddles at my feet and there are great clouds up above. But they can't spoil this rainy day, 'cause my heart's so full of love. Pitter-patter, 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 rainy day.
Be brave.
Way too gone right now. About to be one of those. When it's stressing, we're turning, been running the drugs, my bullet in the zipper. Oh, shit. Alright, let me tell him for real. Yeah! I've been raging on my own in the long, cold night. I've been hanging out till 4 in the morning. If I put that on my soul, baby.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10 action. We are not done just yet here. After an epic game between the sides of Team and Rooons in the NA deciding game for the second slot to this LAN, we see Rooons 1 game up. And you know that the team bounce back when even our observer is promoting his brand.
Yes. That was an incredible display of mental fortitude by Rooons. And
I was gonna say, I don't know if you're going to lean to it, because we were saying off camera, and she deserved to have her thoughts processed here. The real trick here, the only way you one-up this now, if team bounce back and take game 2.
yes,
After that, because there were tier 1 players that would be crushed after that.
oh yes, that is, this kind of game is the hardest to come back from. Not just because you got yourself out of the danger zone, you stopped the Rooons from achieving their win condition, but you had yours. There were clear moments where every single player on that team can look at and think, I threw this game away. And a 10-minute break seems like quite a bit when you're waiting anxiously for that next match to start because you want to see the action. But if you are in that team room, 10 minutes is not a lot of time to reset these people and get them back into the mindset of, all right, we got unlucky there. In so many other cases, we would have gotten this game the way that we played it. So have confidence and have faith and go back in. But can they do that?
Radiant team back.
This is the big worry. I mean, we remember at the end, right? We were like, okay, you could kind of see it was GG when only PL was left alive, and you said the only option he has is to go for base. He can't go back and fight.
Yes.
When you and it makes it worse for him, because here's the thing, that's the psychological damage of what he done there to himself, really, was he TP's back, and he just stands there and watches.
Yes.
And
it's
when the team doesn't GG out at that point, when they are still standing there and watching, imagine the thoughts going through your mind. I mean, I can't speak for Costabile personally, but
no.
All right, thank you, monkeys. We're trying to have a fair point here, because you're destroying yourself every second extra that you watch that after feeling like that game was yours for so long.
Radiant team
I think, actually, because Monkeys just does his little sounds again. He was not using those at the end of the previous game. He was so caught up in that entire thing as well. He was not even thinking about that anymore.
We know it's a serious game when Monkeys is not using the party horn.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It was on.
All right, so Rooons, they pull out one, actually, that Team were using. They're going to open this up with Sansa. A beautiful cookie cutter to any draft. Just gives you the ability to just counter-initiate, more or less. Just reset a fight completely. It used to be that Naga was the go-to for this, but, of course, the benefit of a Sansa over that is, well, I can just basically do it from anywhere on the map. I can interrupt you even if you're BKB'd up first. I think the cool thing is it adds a new layer of complexity to trying to counter it. You always have to take out the Sansa first, whereas some people can argue the Naga isn't crucial to eliminate straight away sometimes.
Or you need to get heroes that can just fight on through the global, heroes that will go BKB and then move into something that will not be bothered by it anymore, etc. One of the big weaknesses of Silencer that we did see, by the way, is his weakness in the lane and his inability to protect any of his lane partners if you just go on them.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, yeah, opening with the tree and the tiny. This is actually, we're probably going to see this tiny mid, but I've seen some lanes done with the two of them, and this is actually the hardest hitting lane you can construct. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. You got the avalanche and the toss, which means that the tree can catch up all the time.
The Weaver's down here.
You know what, guys? We know we're in a Rooons game, by the way, because this is meant to be her favorite series. She shuffles it around between series. I just noticed at the front. I hadn't given attention, but Juggernaut just sitting there, prime
A place of honor.
just in case. You never know.
Just in case.
But not looking like it so far. They pick up the Weaver as well,
Yes.
which is that's a bold move, Cotton, because I think the words I use, because there's a tiny on the field already. So
Yeah.
if you get found, you're done. So you're gone. You're dead.
And Rooons actually banned out the Earthshaker themselves. That's interesting. I guess it's respect going for both sides here.
Yeah.
The Earthshaker player of the other.
I mean, to be honest, both of these teams have similar styles on their post-4s and a similar roster of heroes, in fairness.
Terrorblade out. You gotta imagine that Rooons will feel emboldened to go for a faster strat again, because they know that it might work out anyway. That's the kind of faith they have right now, and especially for Team. It's gonna be rough to go early.
Well, that's the
It
thing.
was the last pick here.
It's not just how the last game ended, it's the fact that Rooons are now 1-up. They could afford to go for this quick finish, trying to capitalize on that psychological damage that Team may have
You
experienced.
have momentum
Yeah.
in this series.
So you've got to
And-
carry it. Like, it's there. You can't
Yes.
throw away your big advantage here. It's not just one game up. It's more like, look at it from this way. Yes, it's one game up for them, but it's one game down for Team. And if that's the way they're viewing it right now, it sounds so simple, right? It sounds like I'm doing 2 + 2, but
it is. The way we phrase things has a huge impact for the way that we actually think about it. If you make people answer questions about which scenario would they rather have happens, and you phrase it negatively, like if you do this, people die, and other people survive, they're most likely to weigh these deaths really heavily. And if you start out with you save the other people, then they are likely to take that option. So here you gotta say, we had to win 2 games, we still have to win 2 games. And it's such a cliche, but it's the only option you got. It's the only one you have.
so Team, best option is like, you can't go in the mindset which needs to survive the laning phase. That's why they've opened up the tree and the tiny like this. This is full on aggression. This is them pumping out as much potential damage as they can with the first 2 picks.
Of course, the Treant is also a little bit, if Rooons want to push again, they have to push straight through those towers, and they can't just do the chip damage. No tricks with cutting waves anywhere.
No promo code BSJ sneaking in your back doors and ruining your base. Well, to be honest, at the point that you hit him for 500, I don't think you care about the living armor, but...
PL, respect ban.
I notice you chuckles. You notice Monkey's feeling a little bit
He's
emboldened.
feeling frisky.
Can you kind of read the morale levels on Rooons by the amount of party horns you get?
I mean, he was doing that anyway. There is no stopping that man with his party horn.
Except when he's focused.
Winter Wyvern.
Good old WW.
Against the Weaver, we have seen Miracle completely run away with the game against the Winter Wyvern because you can sit around and Sukuchi through anyway. Yes, thank you.
It's also kind of weird. It's like Wyvern is so popular, yeah. There's always this kind of awkward issues. Cold Embrace, 9 times out of 10. I'm not gonna say useless, but not beneficial. It's very select where you can use Cold Embrace effectively. And looking at this right now, Rooons haven't revealed enough physical damage in their lineup for you to go, okay, I'm gonna offset a lot of damage with this.
Yes, you don't know for sure, but it is an anti-push, for
True.
sure. One of the problems that they had previously, who goes to the top lane, is now solved. I mean, they don't have that one, it's going to be the bot lane instead. But Winter Wyvern, absolutely excellent at holding on to towers as long as possible, just because she can nuke down creep waves so effectively. And she's going to get some farm up as well.
I feel like I would have, like, personally, I appreciate your point on shoving. I would have preferred something like a Phoenix. With this opening, they've already the Treant Phoenix combo, in conjunction with the fact you got 2 strength heroes that get max value out of that Sunray heal.
Yes.
On pushes.
I mean, we've seen that one in Europe too.
Yep, Europe
Great-
loves that, actually.
Great effect.
Like, I always use the
Phoenix-
example when I had one game and I just, you looked at the chat for a second after the game and you just saw Kezu sitting there going, Birdian United there's a Birdian United, there's a Treant and Phoenix. Yeah, GG, they won. It's an oversimplification, but it's one of the most potent duos of supports currently in the game.
Radiant team pick.
So now, well,
Alrighty, there's the Phoenix. We're going to see some burn power in this game. And you know, this is the other thing. Sunray, keep in mind, it's not just a heal. It's damage as well.
Bird, yes,
So,
of course I did.
if you get in these cluster fights, it's problematic. There is some interesting interaction. You know what my favorite one actually is do you remember the Sunray with Winter's Curse interaction? If you've not seen that, it's brilliant. What happens is if you go in the range of the Winter's Curse, you don't stop sunraying, you just kind of move forward and pass. So I remember the first time, I can't remember who it was his caster with, they went, what the hell just happened there? The Phoenix just flew off the map. It's like, he has no choice. He's stuck there flying in one direction.
Troll Warlord.
Well, that's one way to deal with the Phoenix.
Yes.
And
So
this is a team. This is super aggressive. This is coming to win the lanes.
Troll can suffer, and it's not like he has this really great lane matchup right now, like saying
Against
Urstar
the
or
Weaver,
something.
yeah.
The Weaver's going to take a lot of harassment from the Axe, but
5 seconds
he can also close the gap right back. So
But like in terms of aggression, the potential is huge here.
yes,
But
And-
that is a way to shut it down.
well, Troll has something that a lot of these single target heroes don't have, which is flash farm. So this is actually a way for Team, if there is more of a lull in a game, if they can come back, they can actually farm stacks.
I just realized something here. I think this would complete it as well.
10 seconds.
Let's see if I'm a masterpiece of this. Magnus for Team.
I knew that was coming.
5
It's not just the troll though.
No,
It's
no,
the Treant. The Treant actually,
The
that
Treant,
lane
yes.
just destroys people. I mean, you know,
It's
Treant
only
hits
gonna-
hard already, but
You have the flash farm, you're gonna get so far ahead, and I don't see anything in their lanes right now that would stop a Magnus from getting his levels up.
do you know what would make this 10 times better? I'm pretty sure this is almost, if not the exact same draft that Team would have used if they picked that Magnus. So who's
We should-
copying who
we
now?
should check that as soon as we have the time. I have a lovely little Venomancer.
But like,
I'll put him on
look
top
on the
right
other
now.
side.
Venom is not a hero that's going to feel terribly intimidated by two of these melee heroes.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Like, this is a spot on pick from Rooons. Do they complete it with a drow? Because I'm noticing a theme here.
No, Drow's banned.
Oh, banned, yeah, so sorry, first
They
phase.
were.
I don't know why. I was looking on the right side for some reason. Wrong team. But even without the drow, though, in fairness, Venomancer, it's a tricky one because it does shut down these melee heroes, but at the same time, on the other side of the argument, I always talk about it because I think it's a big deal. The Venomancer doesn't really do anything between 6 and 12. It just exists in the lane, shoves
Yeah.
a bit. You don't get this big impact at 6.
His entire shtick is to be hard to go on.
5 seconds
It's like,
remaining.
do you want this? You got to pay the price for it. Do you really wanna? And at some point, you're going to have to because he's going to be pushing your towers.
So, final ban wise, we are going to see the Huskar gun, and this is fair. I don't see it too much in NA, but I was talking to a few CIS players, especially. Like, this is the go-to high-level pub stomp hero, and it's been seen in quite a few competitive games as well. Just surprise your opponents. The Huskar at the moment is basically the new Brood Mother final
10
pick.
seconds
Like, it just throws everything out of whack. You run at mid, you run over the lanes. Even late game, it stays relevant thanks to the talents.
Don't you think that a Brood would fit Team?
Yeah, I was kind of leading in that. I noticed you'd gone deep into thought, staring at the draft. I was like, I know where this is going.
Use it, Spider.
That is not going to be a Brood pick. There's no way you picked that after the Dragon Knight. You think they would? That'd be
no,
very bold.
It's not ideal anymore, but the DK isn't as much of like a Brood killing monster as it used to be. It would be like, I still think the Magnus
I
would
do
be
as well.
amazing here.
I think the issue is like, what
And
if you take the Brood? Do you run it against a Dragon Knight? You don't get. Oh, okay. This is putting greed in a different place for Team. So instead of prioritizing the Troll Warlord, they are now forced to prioritize the Alchemist.
That is... I'm not sure about that.
You know what? We kind of forgot to go into it halfway through the higher-lower logic.
Yes.
They have aimed lower because Alchemist can farm quicker. But Alchemist is a deceitful one in our game of higher-lower, isn't it, Kips? Because it sets a precedent. It says,
Yes.
if you kill this guy, we're screwed. If you kill this guy, party horse, there you go.
Yes.
Monkeys gets it straight away.
Oh, man. Like,
They are piling everything on this.
yes, and I was talking about the Troll's ability to flash farm before, but those stacks are gonna go to the Alchemist if they're there at all.
All right, it's that time.
Yeah, and it's my turn now, isn't it?
It is indeed. This is a hard one.
It is.
It all comes down to one variable, though. Do you believe in the Alk?
This lineup? No, I think the troll from like a strong point became a liability here. He's gonna have to get a BKB up so fast. Don't have enough lockdown. I am for Rooons here.
I would love to see a game 3. You know how I felt about that. That would be the ultimate comeback on top of that ultimate
I would
comeback.
want to as well.
But I've got to say, I am in the Rooons camp. I know it's not BSJ fanboyism, right? Like some people like to believe. It's just you put too much pressure on Rio. Rio is a top player. He could carry this as an out game. But against these heroes, the Dragon Knight, the Venomancer, and the pressure of the Weave, I just don't see it being feasible here.
No.
There is one good thing, which is the Alk is hard to gank with a Silencer and a Phoenix. Once he gets 6.
Do you need to?
That's the thing. Dragon Knight's going to apply pressure, and Alk wants to go to jungle. The moment you do, you're going to lose a tower. So I'm going to go Rooons as well. I think we're both on the Rooons wagon.
We are.
All right, there we go. And if I'm wrong, I've still got an opportunity to take first place.
By the way, what is wrong with being a fan of someone? Like, as long as you don't let it influence yourself to, unduly praise someone or to take praise away from others.
I feel like I should be.
What's wrong with a little bit?
I feel like I should be laying on the couch now. We're about to go into psychology.
No.
No, but it's fair.
Because I am personally a fan of a lot of players and maybe even a friend of some of them.
Well, yeah, like I know who you love the most. Your favorite player is probably Zayats.
Oh, yeah, but it's like because he is one of those people that you just gotta believe in that nobody else believes in,
Yeah.
But over long term, Matsu. I have been singing the praises of Matumba Man for so long now. And I think he's still underrated, if such a thing is even possible, for someone who has won a TI.
He's an incredibly rare breed of carry.
Yes.
30 seconds to
Well,
battle.
who's the rare breed in this? Right? You've heard me blow the trumpet of monkeys, and he blows his own horn as well. But
If he wins, we'll blow some party horns with him, won't we?
I mean, in fairness, in this type of game as well, like, Weaver is this type of hero that you don't throw him under the bus, you just let him exist. If he doesn't get a lot of gold, he's still pretty relevant. And actually, they're going to invade here. Braxton's intimidating. No, Nujim's come around the back. But here's the problem with this lane. You don't have any stuns. And that's against a bird that can just fly away at any given time.
Party horn once more.
I expect to see that party on every 5 minutes at least.
I'm guessing that, well, the Alk does at least one thing. He is going to take bigger advantage of the fact that the lane against the DK is going to just be a farm versus farm lane, as opposed to the Tiny, who had then to vacate that lane, give up the tower, before moving into ganking on the other lanes. Rhea is going to do no such thing.
I think the kind of difference, though, is when you compare DK to other ones in this Alk matchup, he doesn't really force himself in a scenario where he has to keep ferrying out regen because the acid spray is slowly killing him, yada yada. He just kind of stands his ground and shrugs it off. So that's extra goal for the Dragon Knight, theoretically.
At least compared to other.
Oh my!
Yes.
Oh my! Look at it annihilate! Not a single last hit for Alk yet. Well, you asked the question if you need to pressure the Alk. This is one way to make sure you don't.
And then on the bot lane, we have, like, this is not an aggressive lane for either. Stabile is going to press his advantage a little bit here.
He needs to be careful, actually, because Stabile trying to get under. Here's the willing axes, but BSJ, despite being a slow-moving giant Venomancer slug, is about fast enough to get out of range.
Yes, and he gets a little bit of extra armor from being under that tower. So not that easy of a target, and that's his entire job, to not be that easy of a target.
I think we're both kind of theorizing who wants which lane to win right now, because you got to choose one to prioritize here. And I think Team is always going to be about the Alk. You can try and bounce it back in the jungle. I feel like it's the Tiny again. It's always whenever you see a Tiny, it's kind of on him to deliver this mid game.
Yes, and also no, like this Troll is going to have to do more. I'm not sure. You can't win 3 lanes. So you're hoping you're trading even on both bot and mid and top.
Well, you kind of hope you draw on all of them, and then you choose which ones you win. But like, there's eventually going to come a point where you might have to sacrifice something. And I'm wondering where you go. Is because it's going to be you've thrown the troll with the tiny under the bus.
Yes. Well, at least they are actively pushing Monkeys forever out. He's getting some levels, but he's burning through his regen fast.
But there's a sacrifice being made here in return, actually, because Stance moved across the mid lane. He's leaving BSJ alone, but this is one of those heroes that is very deceptive. You wouldn't think a Venomancer does well in a 2-on-1, but with the dots and the Gale, it's very easy to just tank and move away from ganks.
And I've seen Winter Wyvern really spamming out that Splinter Blast in order to harass the Venomancer. He's out of reset now. Yeah, he got a lot of levels out of that.
And that's the worst case scenario here is, yes, it'd be nice if Venom could get some gold, but the worst thing you want to do is give him over XP. Hero uses it very well. All right, Juby's return, still level 1. But kind of worth it just to go mid to cause a little bit of aggression on Alk. You can already see his suffering 12 last hits to 23 on the Dragon Knight.
The DK is not going to let him have anything. He'll just stand in that acid spray all day long and deny everything he can get his hands on.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, thank you, making the denies even easier here. Of course, the Quelling Blade makes it a little bit problematic to try and deny them all. And the question is, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Bracer quick rush on the Dragon Knight just to get superior damage for the denies. It sounds weird, but I don't. Is it worth it here?
Do that. I mean, he has to breathe fire in order to lower Ryoya's damage. I'm not sure you want to up your own damage instead.
This is what we call trading you weren't trying for. Toro in a lot of trouble. Costabile has Boris on top of him here. He can't move quick enough. The Arcane Curse is still slowing him down. He won't be able to turn around for killing the BSJ. And there you go. No, the deny.
Oh.
Mike patiently waits it out. But he might die himself. I don't think they can get him. He's just out of range. He does have the stick. They decide not to commit. So you get the deny on the troll, but that's still... It kind of feels like a win. Yes, you don't get the kill, but there's space for Veno again. And then that's the worry. It's like, it's... I don't know what you do if this Veno gets the free lane.
Well, it's not free. Troll can kill those wards pretty easily. And he hasn't been last hitting very well.
Costabile. No. They hung around and waited for him to come back. He just TP'd back to the lane. If he dies there, he'll be fine though.
So close. And they sacrificed a lot of HP and mana there.
Monkey's just been left alone to his own device, already getting XP advantage. And yep, Costabile waits out the Gale, does use the Salve, but he's burning up regen. He brought extra tangos just to make sure he could stay in this lane. That was too close to comfort.
Yes.
The Monkeys will move across to the bounty rune. This is actually a real frustration, is how much damage Leech Seed does to the Weaver with the low HP pool.
He's a squishy little bug.
I mean, typically bugs are only squishy once you slam your fist down on them.
Yes. Costabile, he is really the factor why, and not him as a player, but the hero he's been given is really the reason why I rooted. Like, I think Rooons going to take this, because he can only hold up under this pressure so long, and he can't catch up all that well. So they brought Newsham down here. They're saying, alright, Brax can handle this lane solo now. We're doing a try versus try.
This kind of my worry is that Brax has so much pressure on him because he'll pause a moment. The Well Axis connects on the BSJ. Stomp it into him. Newsham, he's going to get it. Yeah, the Splinter Blast through. BSJ is going to fall here. Can't get away. First blood gets drawn, and it took 6 minutes for us to get to that point. But top, Monkeys Forever needs to be careful.
In the mid lane, by the way, Ryoya.
There we go. This is why they weren't in the bot lane. The Moon on Ryoya, he doesn't have 6 yet. There's a Dragon Tail coming through. Iron Light, level 7. Happy to level into it. They're healing the tower, but they're not healing the hero. Alchemist does fall, and that is a crucial rotation. It's worth giving over the first blood, because we said you got to put this Alk head in the mud, keep him there, boot on his neck, do not let up.
Yes, and he was still level 5, and he'd been forced back into the jungle for a bit before that already. It was why Iron Iliad was hitting his tower already.
And you can already see the disparity. Look at that. It's not just the XP, it's the last hit. Dragon Knight has double the CS of this Alchemist. Avalanche missing on the Monkeys. Brax is poking. He's like, I've got to exploit this Weaver while he's on his own.
Well, this slow start does one thing. It gives Team some much needed time to recover mentally from the beating they took before. By the time this game gets to 10 minutes, they'll actually have had double the time to recover.
Riri needs to get 6 right now. They're moving across. Boris, he can soar in here and slow him down. No, he needs to move quicker than this. There's a sun ray coming through. Yo-Yo, he's going to go down again. He gets the chemical rage, but can he move? No, he times it perfectly. The Dragon Tail is going to be fine. They'll get the kill on the Phoenix and move across looking for more. Annihilate pretty deep and 4 heroes on top of him. This was the reset they needed. Costabile on the hunt. Now Annihilate, 2 levels in the Dragon Blood, a little bit too tanky. He did go for that bracelet we were talking about, by the way.
He did. But that's also for moving into drums. He did that build last game as well. First into the drums, then onwards for, I believe, Blink Dagger.
But that's a huge recovery for the Alk there.
Yes.
Like, if this continued for another 2-3 minutes.
He should count his lucky stars.
He really should. They had to rotate 4 heroes for him. That's worthwhile. And that is the chemical rage.
There's still dire vision down.
This is true. They'll probably go hunting again. Costabile in the bot lane, forced to TP back to base. This is a kind of a highlight you can actually point to on Rooons' draft. They only actually have 1 stun that isn't an ultimate.
Yes. And now you have Venomancer on your tower. Congratulations. This is going to be excruciating to try to keep up. I think Winter Wyvern is occupied elsewhere with keeping a DK off your tower.
Good luck with that. But I think the kind of interesting thing here is we got Phoenix, but I think BSJ is most likely to build a Spirit Vessel here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll get it so quickly and it shuts down the Alk.
Yes. And he's going to be in a position to, like, a Venomancer doesn't want to frontline, but at the same time, yeah, in order to get the most out of your ultimate, you are always going to be in contact with the enemy in some way.
I think the biggest worry for Nushim here as well is while Living Arm will buy you time on the towers, the pressure on multiple lanes, and Boris, he'll just Icarus dive away. No first hit bash for you. But yeah.
Oh, that was courageous, though.
He believed he had to. But yeah, you're always going to be forced Living Arm on 1 tower. You can't heal up both. The root coming out of BSGA, by the way, forced away. He's not exactly the most tanky individual, but the dust reveal on the Nushim. Uh-oh, he needs to get out of dodging quick. He'll make it down to the tower, taking a lot of damage to Sunray, looking to fly forward here. Costabile is like, don't bring it this way.
Don't give them value. And he is still prioritizing healing this tower over healing himself.
Of course he is, because this opens up the whole jungle for the side of Rooons. It's so important.
And they are keeping 3 heroes busy up here. Or down here, I should say.
And you have to, there we go, tier 1 goes down mid. They kind of had to forfeit because Alk's back and forth to jungle. But I think one thing to highlight here, after BSJ makes his escape or dies, it's going to be close. Elite Seed won't tick him out. He's got the stick, he'll stay alive. The Sunray to ensure it actually coming out.
Yeah, they needed that.
Definitely. There's shrine value though. But I think there's something really important to highlight here because people are going to be like, they're going to be Resident Sleeper and up and going 2-1, 10 minutes in. There's a reason behind this, right? Because we talked about the fact that Team were probably trying to just reset psychologically. Could you imagine how it is also for the side of Rooons? They are this close to getting to the minor.
Yes. They wanna play it, well, I can't say safe, but you wanna do this the right way. And Annihilate is gonna ramp up. We're gonna have this situation again where he is going to be sieging towers and it's going to be very hard to engage into him. They need a Blink Dagger from that Tiny and to jump past him, most likely. But even then, Tiny with a Blink is not as effective up against the Venomancer because you know he is going to be cancelling. You know that he's going to be having the vision up.
There's also the case that Dragon Knight's going for a Blink, and at this rate, he'll actually have it quicker than the Tiny does.
Yeah.
And the amount of initiation power that gives him is huge here. And look at this move. They've got drums at the ready. Costabile hiding the tree line on the right side because typically you're going to look to the left. Nushim does have the overgrowth available. But what are you going to do here? You might have to let it go. Boris soaring in deep. There's the Dragon form user. TB's coming in. Juby sees it all. Now the Avalanche is there, tossing in. BSJ getting low on HP. The Root's going to be out the overgrowth as well. Boris on the side needs to actually escape from the troll, just keeping him busy. BSJ trying to escape, but won't. He gets down. And they can't actually find the Phoenix. Pestically hiding in the tree line. No, they see him. They get him. Boris, despite his best efforts, could not TP out quick enough. And, well, Monkeys tries to exploit this in the top lane to push him, but immediately gets the response to Costabile.
Great reaction.
Oh, no, Monks. One hit would have done it. He's going to look to move away. He might turn around to Costabile here. There's going to be a swarm on top of him. He needs to get rid of it fast. Monkeys, is he going for this? He has the Shikuchi ready. Going in. Needs to be careful not to get bashed. He's trying to kite him out. But Costabile says, okay, to the tree line. I must hide. Got to be careful. One axe is coming through the Shikuchi. No, the living armor. Costabile is going to survive. It's a game of battleships between these two, and no one wants to have theirs sunk.
Nushim must be really putting points and a lot of mana as well into spamming out all of his... Oh, part 2?
Monkeys is being very cheeky here, because if he gets first hit bash, he actually dies.
Hey, I like this move more, by the way. Annihilate got the mid tower by just pushing straight on through on his own, being like, if you want to take me down, you're going to need a lot of heroes. He got so much help before they dove in. You give them a lot of targets to actually get value out of the rotation. Oh, they're doing it again. Like, just let Annihilate do his thing.
Yeah, you have a net worth lead. Yes, you got the Alk, you expect this, but he's starting to move ahead of the Dragon Knight, and Annihilate's taking so...
2 supports down here.
It's kind of working out in a weird way, though, because it slows down Annihilate and it excels your lead.
Yeah.
He shouldn't take a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. He gets the living armor out, he's happy. Boris storing in, he drops the egg. No! He hits the slow down, they can't get rid of it quickly. The Witness Curse is going to come out, but no one is getting rid of this egg. They'll finally turn around. One more hit, no! They can't get it. Boris goes pop, and with that, Mike, it's his turn to disappear. But he won't be coming back, rebirthed out of an egg. No, he is dead. The dust coming out, but it doesn't matter. Celebration, I guess. Maybe he didn't notice Nushim was already dead.
The big difference here is that the troll wasn't there, so you can pop that egg with much more security. If the troll was down there, that fight might just end up very differently.
Well, I get the towel. This is what they've been waiting for. Then, this is the thing. They couldn't have committed like that if Team hadn't made that move. They would have had to slowly push to it again. Very slowly.
Yes. I think, though, that if you show 2 cores mating up, the natural reaction from the enemy team is going to be to put at least 1, but maybe 2 cores opposite you as well. So you got to be ready to fight. And if you want to have the tower with like minimum amounts of fuss, you only put 1 core there, and then you see if they feel like, you know, maybe wasting time getting someone down there or investing too many heroes in killing you. Because they did. Team got a lot of time for the Alk.
And this thing is like more than any other hero. It's like you can actually throw heroes at your opponent, let them die, and go, was Alk farming? Okay, we lost the past 5. Who cares? We got more gold out of it.
Yes. Oh, yes. And
I know, like, he's got the blink now, but Brax is a little bit too tanky. One of the highest scaling heroes in terms of strength in the game.
And they have parked the Winter Wyvern down here now.
Well, they need to slow things down somehow.
You don't want to get rid of these guys. So.
Yo-Yo, they see him here. He's got concoction. He's trying to go forward here. What's his target? Going to move on the side, but Phoenix just out of range. Nope, going to stun himself. And they'll know the rewards are down as a result because they have their own obs in that jungle.
What I would really like to see is BSJ and Annihilate on different sides of the map. So that no matter what happens, where Team deploys their forces, you are always...
Monkey's got to be careful. Dragon Tail coming in and moving on to Tiny here. Going to get him a little bit low, but they need to keep working at it. The Gale's just going to TP out. He's used all of the spells. And the Overgrowth, maybe not needed. Nushu's going to make his escape pretty quickly. They haven't got the Dragon Tail in time. But you get the runes. You force the Overgrowth out. And yeah, space for Troll to push from the top because no one is here stopping him. And if they want to do anything, they have to move fast.
Yes, I was asking, how are you going to get the space for this troll as well as the alchemist? And I don't want to be rude here, but right now they're giving it to them.
Oh, the Avalanche turn around the toss. He might get 2 goes. No, the time lapse in time, but Silencer is dead. Boris has the egg, doesn't want to commit it like this. Not like this, though. Egg, he drops it in the end. He actually gets this on to Brax. He's trying to run away. Nushu with his big stub just trying to hit on the egg, but he can't quick enough. And Brax, he needs to get rid of this swarm right now. But there's the Winner's Curse coming through. Phoenix won't be forced to fight. We'll try and walk over to Weaver now. The toss, the turnaround. Avalanche, Brax, he does it. Stays alive with the living armor. And Boris, he needs to get the hell out of dodge because guess what? Rio comes through the side. The unstable concoction and will get himself a freebie. Brax, balls of steel here as he lives life on the edge.
Very well done. And they are actually like the troll is overtaking both BSJ and Monkeys Forever, and the Tiny is keeping pace as well. So this is an Annihilate and BSJ in the same lane again. Come on, split it up, dudes.
They are putting so much work on the shoulders of Annihilate right now. It's just like what he's trying to find validation, trying to find a way to being useful here. But like you said, when they meet up like this with Cause, what's your objective? What's your goal? A Dragon Tail coming on the tree, and that's what's going to be. The Gale through, they're storing him with the Icarus dive, but he gets the Overgrowth out. Sunray's already on him. He should fall here, but you will know there's a lot of heroes here. The Cold Embrace trying to keep him up, just burn him through. Boris getting low himself, but we'll get the kill. That was 4 hero rotation for a kill on the tree and protector. And while that's happening, elsewhere people farming there. Might get a second one on the Wyvern. Alex might trying to move away. Doesn't have the winner's curse for 10 seconds and wouldn't have the mana anyway. He will fall.
He's taken out.
The bot. Okay, Monkeys disappears from the map again. And this is what we're talking about. You show that many heroes, who's missing from it?
Yes. They can TP back to put Brax on the defense as well now.
And this is the thing, unless you keep that train dead all the time, what do you do? Oh, Dragon Tail coming in. Brax down to half HP, feeling bold here. The global stance as well. The stun ray just burning through him. They might have him bang the rest time. The Avalanche, they dodge it out. They'll look to move away. They toss through. Iron Alley going low, but not low enough. And Troll's on his way. That's Spray going through the concoction. Iron Alley, they get this flow. They'll move forward. They'll get him. That's a big pickup because right now, that is the big bolster for the side of Rooons is this Dragon Knight.
I am surprised by how hard they are forcing themselves to get things done.
It's like you're not even buying time here. Because yes, Veno's strong late game. Yes, you can push by proxy. But you're up against the bloody Alchemist here. You need to make a move soon.
No, but I think that's their problem.
They're getting desperate?
I think they are thinking way too much about we need to make this Alchemist space grow smaller. And they're working, like they're throwing themselves at towers to do it. When the trades they are taking are all unfavorable. And there is still an opportunity to push this tower on top with just a single hero. There is still an opportunity to go down to the bot lane without meeting up your cores again.
And there's the smoke again. The core's meeting up once more. And I think this is the wrong run. I feel like BSJ would be the one you have pushing. And Weaver, the kill potential he would have had early, but he's been shut down so hard you've been forced into this decision to leave him behind. And Ryoya, can he move forward? No, blink away. Ryoya makes his escape. And this is the other problem. You're so predictable, you're locked down. All you've got is that Dragon Tail.
Yes. They're forcing it way too hard. Troll is just at it again on the top lane. And again, there's all of these heroes sitting in mid, waiting around.
You're in a little bit too much of a rush. The stun's coming through though, and there it is. They're going to get Spirit Festival out, but no, the basic spell coming up the Chemical Rage. Ryo might look to turn around here with a concoction. Iron Alley and a little bit Troll going to move away, but no, the bigger trouble. BSJ already dead. The stun's going to come out, and they might chase on the Dragon Knight next. There's a 4-on-1, the Overgrowth to hold him in place. He has no choice but to fight, and he's run out of HP quick. The buyback's going to come from BSJ. That might deter him. Ryo will throw one last stun and walk away. Well, the Soaring from Boris, not really achieving much though. They have no way of moving on to this. And once again, that Desperosity, we're seeing it.
It's a buyback committed as well.
I mean, that was the important Spirit Festival pickup, but this is the frustration because you're struggling to find these kills. The Spirit Festival is relying on you getting kills to continue on. And that's scary.
I'm finding it hard to say what I would like them to do right now because I feel like they're not really mentally in the position where they can think all too clearly about what they're doing right now. There must be a lot of frustration going on.
The hole is just getting deeper, and there's a point at which you're just stuck with this, and there's not much else you can do.
Monkeys, and it sounds he was so scared that he time-lapsed away from the tiny...
How would you feel as Monkeys in this game? Every time his team goes and does something, which is almost always right now, he's left to just foot the bill.
Oh man, oh man.
And the new you can't give enough credit to Trey in this game. The amount of time he's actually buying for their side to just keep farming up with the heals on the towers.
He's sort of getting it handed to him though.
I think that's part of the desperosity that ensues here. Because you're in this scenario where you have to commit hard to these towers. But they've picked a Dragon Knight and a Venomancer. These are heroes that don't push super fast.
Only one tower, like he can heal only one tower at the same time, and you can hit two.
Which is why they should be split pushing, yeah. But not. They're just going as 4 all the time.
And it would make more sense if you were making space for someone, say an Elk, or, well, a Terrorblade, a Phantom Lancer, anything. But this is the Weaver. I guess I can see him as your late game win condition. The enemy don't have a terrible amount of lockdown for him, except for the 2 support ults. It is not a great Weaver game, I think.
That's the thing. I'm looking at it from the perspective of who's the strongest if this goes ultra late. Like, late, it's like Alchemist is going to be so far by then, it's worrying.
Yes. But
obviously, this type of hero that you get that point. The whole argument is you farm very fast, and the counter side is there are stronger late game carries. But when you look at the side of Rooons, Veno is incredibly frustrating. Yes. Dragon Knight is surprisingly effective. But Weaver, he's going to curb off pretty hard. Like this is the type of hero that wants to be finishing around the 30-40 minute mark. He can be relevant later, but usually we see them shift onto like an Ags, for example.
I do agree with that. There's... Oh. Ryoya nearly got monkeys in the top lane.
He's fine. It's just slightly close call. He did have to time lapse.
Walk it off.
He's going to shake it off. I mean, at least he's not dying now. This is the change that's occurred inside of Rooons.
These choke wards from Rooons are up so far forward, but their lineup doesn't actually have the greatest pick-off potential, so they're just keeping tabs on the farming. And as long as the lanes are getting pushed out, the enemy heroes aren't going to be that close to their own base anyway.
Boris? I think there is a present waiting for him here. Nushim lingering around right now. Boris, it looks like Brax can't get close enough. He'll be fine. He knew something was up, courtesy of that ward they still have over the shrine. So there are some benefits, some perks to these ward placements.
Yeah, they're playing in their own vision right now, at least.
And they're playing in their opponent's jungle as a result of that. And that's the way you gotta kind of look at this, because Alk has been primarily focused around the mid and top lane at the moment.
They're occupying forces. BSJ going all the way forward. It is pretty cheeky. I guess this is one way to choke out the map. Even if you don't feel confident to go for those towers, you just establish yourself with your wards.
Ainale needs to be careful. Costabile moving in. The Dragon Tail coming out. He needs to move away, but the burn just slowing him down so much, it won't be enough. He drums up and runs away. Nushim on the bot lane, though. 2-on-1. Overgrowth's going to come out, looking to turn around. The Sunrise there. Now, jumping in. There's Avalanche. The toss. They'll get him. The global stance a little too late. BSJ. He does pop up the Poison Nova. No, this is going to be a cleanup. Double kill for Ryoya. 3 dead. Use the global silence. Use the Poison Nova, and you get nothing for it.
Man, oh man. They were trying to get something out of the engagement onto Ainale in mid. But, well, this is the problem when these towers are still up, is the reactions come in so bloody fast.
It's actually scary to watch this, because every reaction right now from Rooons is defensive. And for a team that was running 4 people together, to be in a scenario where everything you were doing is in response to something occurring to you.
Yes. I don't feel a lot of pity for them, though. They kind of brought this upon themselves.
And Nushim does have that Meteor Hammer, so the waves are going to be shoved even harder now. And the kill potential has just hiked to new heights. And the courier has just died.
You can see Monkey sort of pausing
He's
to
like, well,
reflect.
What do I do? At least it's not me. The courier tanked the gank this time. No supports around. Speed of supports. Ryoya, he finds a freebie. Juby walking out in the middle of nowhere without an escort.
And now they can collapse onto these dire towers that have been up. They got the waves pushed into their faces without actually the towers going down, so they got to farm a lot. Anyway, they got the space on this top lane for the troll and later for the Alk. The game's looking beautiful for Team Team.
And it is, and it's going to get better because they're gone in the Roche pit. Costabile says, I need a second life. And I don't see any way you drop this, despite the combos you might have. Most of them are on cooldown, and honestly, you're 14 gate behind. The lanes, they're not in a position that you can look to sneak into the Roche pit and counter this.
No. In spite of their considerable team fight, by the way, for Rooons, I do think that they would have a decent chance at some turnaround fights with BSJ's ult and with the Phoenix.
Definitely. Like in choke points and at the base. This is kind of the thing. There's only so much team can do before you push them in the base.
But
and look at the high
ground. Team is not going to be in any kind of hurry. And they have some significant team fight themselves as well.
They're in a hurry to the bot lane. They want to catch BSJ before he leaves. The unstable Kokoch is going to be there, and he has no way out. He's dead. Chasing the back line. Brack's going to find a bonus kill, though. Stance is down as well. They won't be able to find Boris. He'll sneak one out just behind that one tree. But instantly, this is not going to just be 2 kills. It's going to be a tier 1 and probably a tier 2.
They can move straight onto it, and there are lines being drawn here. They know that Monkeys is going to stay on the top line. He did finish a Lincoln's now, but it means that damage-wise...
Avalanche jumping in. Monkey's down to half HP. The toss is there. Can't quite finish him, though. Swarm, he knows Brax is out of mana actually. 9 on LA. He shows in with a Blink Dagger. They get the stun out, but now a little bit too tanky. They try and chase through. The big one means he does have mana to work with again. They need to get out. A boar. Iron LA. Where does he go from here? Dragon Tail, but no, he's being slowed. He can't actually blink away. He's got a BKB, but he won't get a chance to use it. Tossed up. He'll finally get it, but he's down to half HP. He goes to the TP out. He will be able to make it. But that is a full-on defensive BKB.
They were very close to making a nice move there. I like that they still clearly have that in them. But these scores from Team are so tanky. And
It's getting rough. I mean, we're actually still seeing them lose even more heroes despite that. They're running out of towers very fast.
Yes.
And like we said, the high ground defense is very good. But it's like you're watching an art form that has to be perfected here, and dying like that is not the way to do it. Bot lane, Nushim should die in return. There's going to be a dust to reveal him. Iron Lane going to cut him off before he can run past him, and the Sun Ray just burn him up. He will fall. Boris needs to be careful of the creep wave. But another tower falls. And
yes.
They are going to be knocking on your door with a battering ram.
This is a Treant trade for a Weaver, and you've been actually giving this Weaver so much time. He hasn't been in those fights at all. He got his Lincolns now, and he's just gone anyway. It is extremely demoralizing.
So here's the thing I was going to say. As they have these huge ults, the high ground potential is not good if BSJ dies. Which he will. Ryoya is everywhere. But to go over it, the high ground defense is stupidly strong on the side of Rooons. The problem is, you are skirting a line where if you make one mistake in your combo, you could just lose everything. And you might, at this rate, you got a dead Venom for 30 seconds. This is a mistake we were just talking about.
No way to really get all of those hard-hitting heroes off of your tower. It's going to be right back in there.
They're going to take a whole lane. There's no reason to leave. In fact, they have access to the whole base.
All of the other towers are down.
Now that going in, the Dragon Tail is down to Brax. They need to move fast, though. They're a little bit stretched. They're going to go in. They don't drop the egg, though. They're going to hold on to it. Brax trying to move away. Yeah, he jumps in. No, Phoenix is gone. They get rid of the buyback's going to come out. Iron Light with a BKB. Looking to fight, but Constabile. BKB himself just wants the one-hit bash. Will he actually get it? Iron Light still moving away. Will be fine. They'll turn around, but the Witness Curse is there. They're going to hold him in place. Ryo charging up the Unstable Concoction. Going to stun on the Dragon Knight and then turn around on the Juby. Going to try to finish off. The toss is there. The egg does get dropped. Brax is trying to pummel through this. And Constabile trying to help, but they're slowed down. Not enough. They're going to get the egg, and they're going to just clean him up. GG gets called. We're going to have a game 3 here. And what a catastrophe for the side of Rooons. Team seems so convincing in this game.
I mean, we were both saying that, you know, we'd really like to see a game 3, but do we want to see it like this? I'm feeling very not like this at the moment.
No, I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna go a different way. You know, you could sit here and you could criticize every choice that Rooons made. But team, after that loss in the first game, you wouldn't even think that that's what happened the first game. You'd think they were behind 100% of the time and they almost won it because they came in with a plan. And I don't think we were wrong to be questionable with this plan because it had a fine line you had to skirt. But Ryoya farming out his mind despite a horrible start to the lane effect.
Oh, yeah. He was not having a fun time at all.
I mean, how often do you see that? Like Constabile with that early rotation in the jungle. That one fight changed everything because it looked like Rooons, they had a plan based on what happened before that fight, and it didn't change afterwards.
What I'm thinking that happened with Rooons here is that they could taste the win, and they got nervous, and they tried to force it. And I can point out the ways that it expressed itself afterwards, but I can't change the fact that I think that something must happen to change a team so much from the composure of the first game to really clenching too hard in that second game. So that's where my guess would be, and that is very hard to move against because that is your own mind turning against you.
Wow. We're now in a scenario where both teams, everything to play for this next game. Of course, they're going to approach that logic every game. But the point is, are we going to see the same thing now happen to Team? Will Rooons have learnt from this, or will they crack? Will Team crack? There's so many questions to be answered. But we'll find out about those questions after a short break.
Watch the player's point of view with your favorite setup. Follow your favorite Dota 2 player in every detail. With the Snipe Sense, you can get direct predictions about the upcoming game. Subscribe to the Digital Pass now.
Excusez-moi, monsieur, suivez-moi pour voir la prochaine pièce.
I think I met her in the lobby of some beautiful hotel where feet were movable. She seemed something unusual, no politics, just musical. Like, who is you, so viewable? She kept it 1, 2 zeros, like yes. Finally, someone hit refresh. Boule, 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 boule. Are you model of the kingdom that you toppled in your novel? After that, like Frida Kahlo, we connect like eyebrows. You look just like my style, like you living life. How I've been living right now, like Paloma, St. Picasso with her crib out in Morocco, pouring whiskey out a bottle. That's a party, party like the Louvre. You got moves right out of Bali. Picture so surreal, party feel like it was Dolly. Aye, baby, you a bad one. It just isn't fair. I'm always falling for the mad ones, but I'm never scared, cause there's something about you that's a little more rap, just a little more rap, just a little more.
Something out the weed. All I know is when you rolling with me.
Girl, you like the Mona Lisa, the Mona Lisa. I wonder if you know you work hard. Girl, you know I need you, my Mona Lisa. Every time you smile, I just fall apart. To me, you're just perfect. And go ahead and strike a pose. I just wanna know who made you so perfect. Baby, you already know. You don't need another brush stroke. Okay. Picture perfect, baby, you in that dress. It's fitted to you like somebody drew on that dress. I hope I'm right about you, cause the mood done got set. And some more right about you if you cool with that press. Cause you a work of art, and I'm a piece of work. You Mona Lisa with a visa, baby, we could work. Walking down the street like graffiti, you get your basket on. Your pictures drawn on every wall that you waste your talents on. Fashion on, dragon tongue. Oh, you got them spicy fists. Oh, you got them like me piss. Oh, you got me, oh, you get me going. She swear she run the point. That mean that she the one. That mean that's one of one. And we go on our run. But just like St. Jerome, girl, we remain undone. And what was Leo won? Okay, but I can show some art, then we gon' all like. Okay, I might have you up on the wall like.
Like a Warhol, or a Rothko, or a Monet, or a Van Gogh, or a Hebrew all up in here, or something out the weed. All I know is when you rolling with me.
Girl, you like the Mona Lisa, the Mona Lisa. I wonder if you know you work hard. Girl, you know I need you, my Mona Lisa. Every time you smile, I just fall apart. To me, you're just perfect. And go ahead and strike a pose. I just wanna know who made you so perfect.
like the crayon-colored trees that touch the sky. When it came to you, that maybe something's wrong with how we treat each other, how we barely get along. All we need is love. All we need is love. All we need is love to heal the world. All we need is love. You thought he was a stranger. See the desperation in his eyes. Shuffling your feet, you turn away and wonder why. When it came to you, that maybe things aren't right. It's really simple. It's plain as black and white. It's so clear to see now. All we need is love. All we need is love. All we need is love to heal the world. All we need is love. A little more love. Oh, when it came to you, that maybe things aren't right. It's really simple. It's plain as black and white. And it's so clear to see now. All we need is love. All we need is love. All we need is love to heal the world. Now all we need is love. We can change the world. And all we need is love. So all we need is love.
Trying to find where I belong. Like I'm halfway home. I don't always do what I know it's supposed to. But you make me feel like I'm getting closer.
Last night we said we knew this was the end. Woke up, came right back to do it again. Blew in from nowhere like dust in the wind. Waiting for the sun to fade out. But then I got lost on the way. I might lose a thread, thoughts all in my head, buried by the weight. Trying to pick myself up so I can untuck what's underway. Stepping in the fog. Brothers lost in the summer, turning to legends of the fall. So we just pouring out, barely sober now. Hope someone hold us down. Every night, bottles go around like this was holy ground. Prayers up, hit some players up, walk in the Sayers Club. Down for truth and leather boots, but I don't know which way is up. I know that I'm different, I'm not tripping, I'm just noticing. I've been writing scripture, every picture that I'm posing in. Like I can see the future in the distance. So don't you worry, I'm not gonna miss it. You know, all of these moments, I make the most of. Trying to find where I belong. I just wanna feel like I'm getting closer. Like I'm halfway home.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10 qualifiers for the first DPC minor of the season. I'm Killer Pigeon, Kips is joining me, and we are almost down and done with rounding out everything here. I just got confirmation, actually. It looks like SA has been decided. Infamous will be the ones who will make it to the first DPC minor of this season. Congratulations to them. But we're not done here. We've got more action to come. Of course, next up, we've got the deciding game between these two formidable teams, as proven by the first and second game. We've got Team versus Rooons. Everything to play for, and it comes down to this one game. This will be the final game of these qualifiers. And I'm excited. I'm buzzed.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's big on these names. You're like, oh, yeah, Na'Vi. Oh, yeah, you know, Liquid. But these two teams, it's not a giant organization. These aren't, you know, players that are regularly getting to TI or big events. These are two recently formed teams that have actually played amazing Doha.
Yes. They have been going up against each other and really pushing each other to the limit, as you can see by the vastly different ways that these two games have been playing out. And I hope that we're going to get to see a repeat of that game one, at least style of play.
It would be
the
nice.
last
Game
one.
2 was a little bit decisive very quickly.
But it was an other kind of contest.
It was a battle of psychological warfare. That's what it was.
Like that is the thing that I probably didn't think about enough beforehand. That alchemist is like, you know, the old Naga Siren or an anti-mage. He gets into your head and you start moving way too fast. Faster than you should actually do, because you want to shut this person down. You're scared of what he's going to be. But he's only going to be that because you are running after him and playing inefficient, and that was a really nice move, actually.
It was. It's actually kind of crazy because I looked back at parts of it, and the maddening factor is, believe it or not, it was just 2 to 3 minutes timings that made the difference. So, for example, it felt like the Veno, like they were moving before they had the Spirit Vessel completed. You have that Spirit Vessel, maybe you can justify those movements if you find the Alk, but because of that, the Gold Swing, if you think about how many fights they kept losing because they couldn't get the Alk anymore, it's insane.
We have seen Team reset. Now we're going to see the Rooons can do the same.
Well, hopefully they can. You want a top-notch
Earthshaker's
game.
on the board.
Ooh.
I am.
That would be a good way to embolden yourself. Get Boris's Earthshaker as the opening pick, and then ask Team, what up? Why you doing?
I am voting for this man.
I'm going to lean back and see how confident my drafting is. You know, my prediction is not so bold enough. That one. I've still got the opportunity to beat Gods by 1 point. But you know what? We'll see what happens.
Dire team pick.
Ooh.
They prefer the silencer.
This did not have the desired impact last time, but that was more. That wasn't on the pick. That was on the way it was. The draft was played, really.
Not at all. So Rooons. Radiant side. Silencer. I will be holding on to this Earthshaker. There's no way. No way.
Well, what if Team take it?
We've seen them play it before as well, haven't we?
I think we've seen. I feel like Postforce is compulsory to know how to play Earthshaker.
Winter Wyvern. So both of them valuing these position 5 team fighters more than anything else right now.
Let's see if we can just get a just a repeat of last time, right? But I don't know. I'm looking at the bans. It was interesting that Rooons opened up with a Storm Spirit ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Usually, when you see a ban like that come out, it means that they're forcing something else through the draft. So I can see the Treant, I can see the Tiny. That Storm ban is like, we're shifting something out here. I am still imagining it's this guy.
Maybe it's just a giant bait to see if team kind of nibble and go, okay, well, there must be a reason behind this Storm ban. Let's search for it. But nice combo already. The Mirana plus the Wyvern. Nice setup for arrows coming out with the first 2 picks. Because I do talk about arrows a lot as a Mirana, but it's more than that. This isn't the old Mirana. He does a lot now.
Guess my Earthshaker can go.
He can stay there.
Over.
Terrorblade is a very powerful second pick in my opinion. Then People don't seem to realize that this hero can be kind of dragged in at any point in a draft right now because it is possibly the strongest late game carry.
Yes, he beats out the Spectre mostly because of like the 1v1 matchup of those two, which is an advantage very few heroes have over a Spectre.
I mean, maybe you draft the Void, but that's not a one-on-one anymore necessarily. There's a lot of armor on this hero as well. Like, has one of the best scaling and agi in the game.
Yes. Well, in the series before this one, we saw the Terrablade's lack of HP get exploited by a Skywrath Mage pick. So
that was true. God, I remember that now. That was quite painful to watch.
It was.
Wow, not for me. I'm not a Terrorblade player. But with Terrorblade players out there, there would have been a tear in their eye and a violin in their hands.
Zeusban. So they know that that's yeah. And the Pugna there as well. So Pugna, a really popular tempo setter. Zeus, good TB kind of pick.
Take the Earthshaker away. It's banned. They just banned him. Your dreams, your hopes, they're gone.
I'm sorry.
Do you feel like that? Could they away with the Terrorblade? I mean, there's always the risk that team take it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And they have valued it quite highly here. It's a hero that deserves that value, like I was already saying. So where's your counter here, right? Do you go for something like the PL? It's a weird matchup.
Also out. Like, it's funny that the heroes that I would see as the ones that you try to force through to the first phase of that draft are heroes like the Edge and the Earthshaker. And neither of them got picked up in the first phase there.
It's peculiar here. And the bans, I don't think they're revealing too much. It was interesting, this bout of bans with the Necrophos, the Zeus, and the Pugna, right? They're kind of similarly focused around countering each other.
Radiant team pick.
Now that is something different to see here. Elder Titan coming out occasionally gets picked.
Talking about armor. You got no armor anymore, sir.
Well, you know, Fogged might not be here in Sweden, but one of his favorite heroes is here in form and spirit. So, something for him.
I'm having to search for this guy a little bit, because did I put him over?
Did we have any Elder Titans so far? I think we have one.
We had.
But we haven't had any today.
No.
Is he on the table on the side?
He might like, I might have put poor E.T. over.
Relegated him to the no chance in hell he gets picked table.
No.
He doesn't even have a place.
It's because he's broken.
Alright, we'll fix him though. We'll fix him. We're clearly game
I'm getting him a custom.
You give him you should give him a big. You should give him one of the big ones. That would have been the best thing.
Just plopping him down there.
Right, slap him down. Where's he gonna go?
Great combination with the Winter Wyvern. Great answer to the Terrorblade because of this guy's armor negating abilities. Also good at keeping pushes off of towers in general. They have two heroes to just spam out the wave completely. You can actually have both of those on both sides of the map and have them blow up waves. And you're going to have to dive for them.
I'm wondering, actually, I'm looking at this pick, I'm thinking, well, for a start, Team are on the dire side. So you have correctly placed him in that offlane where he wants to be near the Holy Triangle because, of course, the stacking capabilities. Yes. You need a hero that can utilize that. And Mirana needs a Maelstrom before that. Is there another focus here? Could we see one of these natural camp clearers?
It's time for physical DPS for Team. And for Rooons, well, I said you gotta dive him. Here's a hero that dives.
This is... we've seen some monkeys centaur before. This man likes his centaur. He plays a pretty cheeky one. But more to the point, like, I like this for the Terrorblade logic because you just kind of counted them out with the Elder Titan, as you're saying. You negate the armor. So there's always a risk you don't get the Thunder off at all. But having the centaur with the Stampede after you put nags, that damage mitigation is substantial.
And they're going to need it to fight into all of this teamfight presence. One of the things that Elder Titan does immensely is he is such a late game powerhouse. You'll see him build into this BKB and walk in there to actually punch people. That guy ends up scaling with the best of them, and his ultimate is always going to be able to take away half of your HP if you let him. So much area control as well. I'm not sure if a centaur is enough.
pretty intimidating as well, because this is one of the lesser picked heroes. We don't see him too much anymore. And we said this when Lich was first coming back. We say this about a lot of heroes as they kind of appear again.
Here's your physical DPS. I was thinking about this, man.
Appearing again. Troll is back again. They probably don't care about the Magnus that we advised before. You know, they got options here. It's not as strong in this lineup as it was, the Magnus pick that is, as it was last time. But like, to hit on that, the Elder Titan does change the game a little. They've got a lot more catch for the Troll. And on top of that, there's always this worry. When you see a hero appear that you haven't been playing against for most of the tournament, you have to rethink. You have to reassess.
Yes.
And it might be that we see the cheesy strategy. Because for a while, Elder Titan's been picked up a lot. And it was just basically, I'm going to stack camps, run at you a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And teams adapted to that. But when you get used to it not being there for a while, it has this kind of edge factor.
So she's going to be blowing up anyone saved by the Winter Wyvern. She is going to kill that Troll Warlord while staying out of range of his axes. And she's going to be blowing up waves in order to push back all of the pressure that's coming out from the first 3 picks.
It's hard to jump her easily as well. With the Stampede, you can just create that zonal buffer. And that's kind of the thing right now to look at, is the positional factor on these different heroes. And when you take that perspective, Mirana can move around a lot herself, but the power of the Centaurs enables the whole team to just switch locations quickly.
And this is flexible. We have seen Alina played for support in the offlane.
That's true. Boris does love himself some Lina.
They could still do that here as well, so this is not the be-all end-all for their mid-pick.
That would be a very strong lane as well, actually. That would shut out the Troll substantially.
Yes. Then again, how much does it matter? It's mostly, this one is mostly picking up the one hero that you want more or that you think is going to get banned more before you have to.
So Tinker ban.
The second one.
I mean, let's be honest. You don't want to get this far in the tournament and then just be kind of cheesed by a Tinker. That's probably the worst experience you could ever have.
Could be a Broodmother.
There is a final ban on the Willow.
Yes. She also got through really far into this draft. The Tinker, though, especially the Terrorblade illusions.
There's your Ember Spirit. So it's definitely going to be Lina's support here. Ember against these heroes, not too bad. The elusive factor makes it frustrating for Troll to try and get on top of you. And Mirana, she'll feel threatened by these roots coming out with the Searing Chains.
Oh, yes. And it depends a little bit now, because this Ember has an option.
Well, team. Why change anything here? They go for the Alchemist last pick again.
Okay. That's dangerous. Dangerous.
Well, this is a much more threatening lane. You know, the first time around, it was kind of like Dragonite. Don't get me wrong. For a start, I know it played out of his mind that lane. He'd done fantastic to begin with. The amount of denies, the CS control. There wasn't really kill potential. Ember is not that way at all. If you bat an eyelid, he will rip your eye. He'll snatch it out. It'll be like a Kill Bill moment.
Ember's not going to like this lane very much. And this is hard. The pressure is going to be not on Rooons as much, because they have great late game this time as well.
They also have a retracted team fight. So getting a good Winter's Curse or a good Stomp is difficult here because, of course, the Ember can just stay on the sides. You send the Terrorblade in and everything else just covers him. And
Silencer for that purpose as well. But the Troll and Alchemist are two heroes that can fight and sustain through that. I feel like the Mirana is the biggest liability on the Dire side here. Okay. Would you like me to go ahead, or do you want to lay claim?
I think a smart turn.
To your last
See, point? I was actually going to be behind the move by Team until that final pick, but that actually switched me. I'm looking at this, and I just feel like the Rooons, they have this, like I said, this very retracted team fight, and it's very hard for TT to fully commit to that. And I think the kind of trump card, the decider for me, is sometimes we see teams just do the same thing again. And you're still thinking like it was last game. And that's a very dangerous thing.
It is. You can get stuck. And it's obviously, it's not something that people do on purpose. And they're like, oh, we're just going to play like this again. Things linger. in the mind. And right now, playing it slow is a lot different when you have an Ember Spirit and a Terrorblade against you. So I want to go with Rooons as well.
All right, we're both on the Rooons bandwagon. Let's see if BSJ can prove us right and get himself to a land. All right, engagement coming straight out of the bat. Just scouting out, though, like both teams committing a lot to this bot lane to try and secure those runes. And it makes more sense, of course, for the side of Team because they do have that out. But in fairness,
really want that first one.
yeah, in fairness, it makes just as much sense actually for Rooons. They want to make sure he doesn't get them, and it's in their name, all right? Part of who they are. It's in their soul. I think Troll just has to give up the whole top area. They're going to have to commit heavily to make sure that they do get those bot runes. I think they might only get one at this rate.
Are we getting a big all-out fire? It's just an IX mic.
No, it's just a little bit poke, and they send Mike in and say, it's your job, get it.
And he doesn't get it.
No, he doesn't. So they'll get one rune, but that is going to be it. And Nushin's pretty deep, going to harass them a little bit and just run them down, but the damage is kind of done. Like, you really want to get at least 2 of those runes when you pick an Alk. The problem is they prioritize the block in the mid lane for him.
And he doesn't even really get that off.
That's problematic.
So he got enough done. He's just about on the ramp.
I think that's something I like about the Ember pick in that scenario when you make that choice. Is you're going to shove your lane anyway with a Flame Guard, typically. So it's not too worrying. And, oh, we're beginning new. This is actually the same lane we saw this from Boris last time. Let's see if he can keep his Light Strike Array 100% hit rate up.
I'm going to be enjoying this.
Wow, that's actually a lot of damage done to them already. This is just all Boris. Centaur's just farming.
Normally, you're going to be up front with the center, and he's kind of squishy on those first levels, right? Especially if you don't take any points into the return yet, and he just hasn't. He's holding on up to his point, and Boris is frontlining for him.
Yep, Boris doing all the work, and you know what? I'm gonna get a line. You probably want to get a notepad out too. We'll go and study his roots for the trees because he's very. It's like an art form watching Boris on this lane. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of it. I'm willing to admit that. You got to admire.
He's been very good on anything that benefits from better positioning. He seems to be really watching where he steps.
Meanwhile, look at the mid lane. They are drawn so far. I'm just worried about the power spikes for kill. Oh no, I'm worried about the CORSAIR bot. That is salve on it as well. Brax, he just sneaks in and gets it.
Yeah, the Silencer can't do anything against it. It's not like you're going to get stunned up and a ton of damage in return. The Silencer is just here to slowly suck the life out of them.
That wasn't even BSJ's salve. I think that was Annihilate.
So, oh man, that courier took a detour.
A very long detour.
Yeah.
What was it bringing down here? Was it the sentry? It might have been the sentry. That is problematic. That is not the start you want. I mean, in fairness, Ember's still doing pretty well, and he is going to hit that power spike level 3 where he can try and kill. That's the important thing that I was going to highlight is Ember, he does have these kill potentials as he hits critical levels. Costabile needs to be careful. Monkey throw, moon across, stomps there, the double edge, there it is, first blood drawn, and Costabile gets a little bit cocky, pays the price.
Yeah, and because of Boris just frontlining all the time, Monkeys didn't even take any return points at all. It wouldn't have been any value at all, so he just has Hoof Stomp double edge at his level 2. Not sure Costabile really expected that.
Well, they want some vengeance on him now, but you need to be careful. He's so damn tanky, you don't know where the Lina is. And you've already experienced what happens when she's in the tree line. But mid, big thing just happened. Ember had to walk all the way back to the fountain.
He is getting some farming done, though.
Well, he got his Aquila.
Yeah, he's joined with the Alk on the top of the network, so he's not missing out on too much here.
Well, you kind of, like, when you're in a lane against an Alk with this type of hero, you don't want to be drawn. You want to be taken an advantage. And I think that's the problem now.
But you're an Ember. When are you going to win a lane?
I think this is a lane you can win.
Yeah.
Pretty hard. Yeah. The kill potential until he's got 6 is huge.
Well, let's keep a bit of an eye on it. I'm thinking that we're going to see more action on the sidelines still.
I think that's most likely, especially with the whole CORSAIR scenario. I mean, it's back up now. All right, let's see if the mistakes get made again and people lose their salves.
There's a lot on that courier now. Everyone wants to use it.
It's been a while, guys.
Look at that.
Pretty
Packed
cool.
full of stuff.
Right, it's going back. Oh no, it was BSJ salve in the end. All right, so we got confirmation of that. So, I mean, it's still bad for him, but he wasn't able to get regen out to him. Now the arrow in the bot lane, BSJ, that salve would have been helpful about now. He's going to die.
Oh, and he just popped his metamorphosis as well.
GB is in a little bit of tedious trouble here. He'll just walk it off in the end. Brax, he could actually just turn around and look for the kill and return. He's going to get slept up, and actually now, salving up the ball as well. Turn around with the Starstorm. GB shoot forward. Now the leap away. It's going to be close, but not close enough. Brax makes his escape. BSJ helpless to just stare and watch his support die.
He had to wait so long before he could cast any spells because he was under that arcane crystal. He would have ticked out if he didn't play that so patiently.
I feel like maybe you just bait the trade, actually, is this answer. There's a good shot that you get it. But instead, he tries his chances to run away. It doesn't work out. The good news is for the side of Rooons, this top lane is looking, it's looking pretty decent. I mean, Troll's going to get his CS, but the pressure is constantly on him right now.
Yes. And I am worried for Team transitioning out of this laning phase. Which hero is going to take the first tower for them?
Is Brax? He might be dead. He's dead. Oh, he gets the neutrals. Newsham. He was actually getting the damage in, and instead he drawed out the neutrals. Ancients do deny Brax here. Oh, stop coming out, Newsham. He's going to go for the dive on a Juby here. One tap might actually do it. Needs a second one. Nope, the curse is going to go in return. Newsham needs to retreat, but BSJ looking to move across. Can't get there quick enough.
No, he can't catch up. He's got a full creep wave coming in. So he'd better get on that instead.
Ember just went back to base again. And this is pre-6. This isn't quick return with remnants. So the Flame Guard's up now, but it's Ryoya's up to 6. The Chemical Rage means there's not really an easy kill here anymore.
And I'm thinking Newsham is going to start stacking for the Alk in the jungle so that he won't have too much.
I mean, he's already been doing it. He's going to continue to do it, like you say. So that's going to be triple stacks.
Nice. Costabile?
And Costabile is low, not low enough though. The Ice Mike needs to be careful himself. They are dancing with the devil here. And it looks like there's a hood pickup. So Monkeys respecting the magic damage that will come out from Team. Boris, careful here. He needs to turn around for Light Strike Raid. Nicely dodged by Costabile. Just kind of poking and prod at them, just forcing responses. So they can do what he wants.
If I look at his farm here, the Troll Warlord has been spending a lot of those CS monies on extra regen.
He had no choice. It's a double stun lane, and the evasion might be nice, but they don't care too much. I think BSJ is not doing too bad, all things considered.
Dire Courier?
Annihilate. Doesn't even look at it. He just walks past. He's like, where the hell is Ryo? Because he's in the mid lane. There you go.
He was scanning for stacks, I think, and he saw none. This is one of those things he might have reported back that there aren't any stacks.
We should know based on the position of Newsham means you should expect those stacks to actually be on the right side of the jungle, not the left.
You would. But you don't know that. Maybe, for example, the Wind Wyvern has been moving away from top a lot. I haven't been following the top lane close enough either, but I am following it now because I think Boris is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's done. They're gonna finish him off. Costabile gets himself a nice kill. He also has level 6 now, and this is a little bit worrying for the Centaur. He doesn't have 6 yet. I know, like, just trying to snoop in, but you're a little bit too late. The stacks are already being farmed. He's just gonna move across to the bot lane where Mirana's already on full retreat. The Remnant across, Brax needs to leap away, will be fine.
I'm guessing that the Ember Spirit is just going to TP back to the mid lane as fast as possible.
He's wasting a lot of time. It seems, well, before it was the worry about, whether BSJ was moving suboptimally across the map, and now Annihilate, while he can get back quicker than a Venomancer, you're in this scenario where this is kind of your time to shine, and you can't find it, and he's feeling so desperate to do it, he can't find anyone.
Well, BSJ is actually taking the center at 6, interesting. But he's going to have to metamorphosis up. He's going to start rushing towers, and I think that's something that Rooons have that Team does not have, that they have almost explicitly chosen to not pick up. They don't have anyone to set the tower tempo for them. It's just going to be sitting back, counter-initiating with the troll, and hoping for Alk pressure.
That's kind of the difference here. This isn't as condemning having these missed opportunities by the Ember as the last game was for them, because they're not stacking up 4 heroes. They know this time they can go late and they can feel confident in the power of the Terrorblade.
They are not on the clock, and that's going to give them a lot more rest, a lot less force in their movements, hopefully.
So Nisham are moving over the top here. This might be the exploitable lane. Boris is quite killable if he's not careful. But the stacks continue. Look, how often do you see this many stacks being made? Because usually, even when Nauk is in a game, the lanes are way too busy for supports to find the time. But this is the power of having an Elder Titan. You get double benefits. And Costabile is not going to find benefits up there. The steering chains the valve if he tries to escape. And there it is, going to catch onto a second target. Wyvern trying to move away. Alex Mike slowly doing so with the curse on him. But Light Strike Array does touch on him. The Remnants in, spamming across. They do still see him. Trying to move away. They can keep it on. The Moonlight Shadow will run out soon. And 9L8 should be able to finish off the kill. Light Strike Array just to clear the trees. He's going to reveal. No, is he going to? He's going to make it out. The arrow connects actually on the Lina as well. They'll just retreat. IX Mike just sneaking out the back door because they left it open. And Juby, well, he was the pathetic guard dog left there. He's just a puppy in comparison to the bite that comes out from Team T. Stampede. Moving on to Nushim here. They want something out of this. They feel like they waste so much time. Mirana is down, by the way, because there was a kill. Monkeys Forever found it. That was the true value of the Stampede.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He has his hood completed. Actually,
he's a tanky boy.
He is also making good progress on that Blink Dagger. I'm thinking that Monkeys Forever is really in a position here to, especially if they get to pressure out this top tower without losing the bot in return, he's going to have a lot of momentum going for him, and they can probably leverage that.
I think the kind of thing to look at here is the net worth gap isn't too big despite this AUK being there, right? And on top of that, the gold is spread very evenly for Rooons' course.
Yes.
And that's important here.
I believe I called the Mirana a liability before.
I'd call the Wyvern a liability there. Dead under his own towers, Ironarlet gets himself a solo kill.
You gotta cross that distance to the Wyvern, and he...
Well, yeah, that's his job. He just sits up there, Splinter Blast, prays he doesn't get killed.
Well, I was talking about that before as well, right? It makes it hard to take those towers, but...
Well, they're going to take it anyway. There's a smoke, though. They're coming in, but it's going to be spotted out by the silencer. So they're going to go around lap on the high ground, but no, Wyvern trying to bait in here, but run out HP quickly. There's going to be a silence there. Ironarlet dodges out the Earth Splitter, and now moving forward the leaps. The Remnant across though. Ironarlet gets the kill. He's got the Flame Guard still up, so he's just absorbing the Starstorm. The right clicks is enough. The arrow connect. They need the monkeys right here. The Stomp coming up. No, he can't do quick enough. No, Nushim, is he in trouble in return? Stomped on the spot. The double edge. He's going to go for the Stomp. The whole Monkey Blade, but the Global Stance is there. They'll get the kill on the Elder Titan, and Mirana will be able to move away. So a 2-for-1 trade in the end there, but getting the Ember is huge for them.
Yes, I feel like he overrated that Wyvern kill a little bit too much there. But on the other hand, they are keeping Team occupied on this top lane now. While Boris has been keeping the Troll, who is the ostensible tower taker on Team side.
It's not just that, it's BSJ. He just snuck in on the mid lane. So this is, I like to see this. This is usually what we see when you see a PL or Cherry Blade on these teams. It is like, okay, rest of my team's going to fight. I'm just going to push. Easy towers across the map for.
I remember Mid-1 for Team Secret playing this role for several months straight.
BSJ might be in trouble here. They better get Stomp out in time. Turn around Ryo down to half HP. They'll clean up on the Terrorblade though. Now they might want to retreat. Monkeys Forever pretty deep. Steering chains control. Trying to get involved. And they had to move away. The Light Strike Array. They'll get the kill to Ryo. Monkeys will die in return. And Boris, he might be hitting the dust too. I'm not sure if we can argue it was worth for a 4-on-1, even if it is an Alchemist kill. And Boris, see you later, buddy.
And that was not the Blink Dagger reveal that Monkeys wanted at all. This defensive team fight coming out from Team. Really, they were overstaying their welcome there. The tower was down.
It's true. BSJ just want to farm up a little bit more. It's like, wow, finally getting a little bit of gold. But you got to respect the damage that comes out from Team. We said the Troll is kiteable. The problem is, when you commit that hard into the middle of a fight, he doesn't need to go chasing you. You're already right on top of him. Actually, looking at this now, Troll has gone for the Mask Magic. This is fully on just continuing to create that zonal buffer for the AUK to farm up. Well, this is the right move.
Well, depends. Like, if you get caught with your proverbial pants down, or Mask of Madness up, and you get, well, let's say a surprise Monkeys Forever in your face.
I think they'll know about that wall. It's got to be suspicious, the time on that. Even with good reactions. Boris was hiding just out of range of it in the tree line. You can't find anything now.
So, when I think about items to pick up, the crucial ones to start counteracting what's happening from Team here, the farm rate. And the biggest one is going to be the Spirit Vessel.
Yes.
But you don't have a natural Spirit Vessel builder here on the side of Rooons.
Nalina is moving into an Aether Lens as well.
I guess the logic is you don't need to decrease the heal if he doesn't get the ult off. But
That's a very positive way of thinking. And Team are defending this top tower pretty hard. Especially Ryoya moving down on the low ground here. He's going to get spotted.
Yeah,
this is not a good
they're
position
going
to
across.
be in.
Light Striker is there. They'll be able to get Rune quick enough. No! Globe's starting to make sure he can't do anything. He dies. And the Earth Splitter has no effect here. That's the huge kill they need. And Team trying to move it. The winner's curse is going to be there. BSJ slept up as well. Down to half HP, but how do you kill him quick enough? Brax, is he going to try for this? He's still pretty tanky. Going to move away. The arrow, BSJ, no! Goes to the Prometheus school and run away from things here. On the back foot, though, the stun is there. Brax controlled up. He can't get out quick enough. He's going to try for the TP. He's going to be close, but the Remnant in will get the kill. Annihilate. Make sure there's no escape for this Mirana. Light Striker Ray, 100 on the more. Elder Titan has been held in place, but do they have the damage? He is so damn tanky right now. Jumping in, Monkeys Forever. Has got the double edge. Doesn't have enough mana for the stomp, though. He's low on it. He has got the one charge now, but he won't need them. On the side, the Laguna goes down and Lucian's going to fall. The CP coming in. Costa Bile. Light Striker Ray controls. Boris does move away. And in full retreat, Wyvern wants no part of this mess.
BSJ was like just a tiny bit too slow to escape the stomp from Nushin. And now, if he is up, he can sunder someone and they can go in for this tower. But despite the amount of setback that Team experienced throughout that fight, they do not lose the tower and they do not lose the grip on their own jungle.
But it took them so long to kill the Terrorblade. And that's kind of the different factor here, is they're so committed to that kill. And it took them longer to do that than it took the side of Rooons to kill the Alk.
The gold difference is not there for Team right now at all. You have this Alchemist, he is ahead, but it has come at the cost of this Mirana and at the cost of this Troll Warlord, as I feared that would happen in the previous game. Where is the Troll going to farm? Is the Alk is picking up all of the stacks, right?
It's also the item pickups, because this net worth difference is so small already. And items are starting to come out. The Maelstrom just got picked up for the Ember, which means the aggression is going to start to mount even higher. And at the same time, at least Centaur won't get too much influx of gold value as he's going for the Agadim straight away next. Which is understandable after BSJ tanked so much in that last fight.
Is he? He seems to have
Has
changed
he
up his
switched it
attitude,
again?
actually.
Okay, he's going to go for... The Crimson Guard's a fair shot as well, actually, against the Troll especially.
Yes. So... The thing that concerns me a little bit is that Rooons just let their mid tower go for, well, basically nothing. And I get that Team are giving away the top tower. They said we did our defense.
Yeah. BSJ, oh, they look the wrong way. They go for the other target. That's the big one for them. Stance, there's no global stance available now. But in the top lane, well, they look to get someone instead of just giving over the tier 1. They did get the tier 2. But still, yeah, giving up that tier 1 for that tier 2 top, it's not. The value isn't there.
They could have come in and picked that one up at any rate. Well, Aina is just going in on this. Alright, you give me damage on your tower, I will take damage on your tower.
Well, it's hard for them to get the stun out because you look at Team, he can actually dodge or predict everything, right? You go for the stomp, he's going to see it coming. You go for the concoction, it's a projectile. You throw an arrow, you can see that coming. And well, you didn't see this one coming. The stomp's there, controlling the Mirana. They do use the winner's curse. Brack trying to move in. The Searing Chain is going to hold him in place. The double edge, he doesn't get the TP out. Ix Mike, you won't be going either. Accepting a body back.
I'm a little bit surprised that BSJ pop in the full-on metamorphosis there, but maybe he expected there to be more heroes.
You can go for Tau, though.
Yeah, but it is pretty far away. That fight was all the way at your tier 2. So you can't take 2 towers off of it, for example.
This is true. But they are starting to assert dominance. And you look at the net worth, they are neck and neck now, teams. And even the Alk is being caught up to by the combination of the Terrorblade and the Ember.
He wants to go in.
Ryoya going in, stuns down the BSJ, but this is a bold move. The Earth Splitter, can he do it in time? The Steering Chase, no! BSJ's dead! They get him! Just in time! He was about to wake up and turn around with a Thunder. And that will cancel any push on that tier 1.
That is the power of that Elder Titan pickup right there. I know.
He needs to be careful. Oh, he took them out. He went back on the other side of the Remnant. The stun is going to be selfed onto 7, but no, the sleep is there. Nushim, he was waiting. I annihilate. He doesn't have any way out. He's going to fall. And that's what you get for playing a little bit too flashy.
I think he outplayed himself a little bit there.
I mean, it was beautiful to watch for about 2 seconds until he realized they were waiting on the tree line.
Well, at least Rooons is getting things done on all different sides of the map at the same time. Boris has been really getting a lot of farming space. He's got the Aether Lens. He's going to move into the Yules next. And that's going to allow him to disable these supports for Team from following up on things like that Elk Blink in.
Boris definitely brings a different perspective on phosphoring. You think it's Leshrac, it's Lina. It's not the kind we've seen for a while. It's always these heroes with Blink Daggers. And the Blink Dagger on the bot lane. Riona gets the stun on the BSJ again. This feels all too familiar. Global stun. No, he turns around the thunder. You need to move quicker than this. Reflection is going to slow down Riona. He is healing up the chemical race. But now the Winner's Curse is going to come out. Going to move in Centaur with the Stampede. The Moon across the series. No, they don't get it. Riona TP's out right under the nose. Ooh. And they will be grateful for that outcome because Team were very close to losing their Alk again.
Yes. But they did not bring Nushim this time. They did not have the damage and the armor reduction of the Elder Titan. And then BSJ is way tankier.
Exactly. I mean, you look at BSJ, he's got like, what, 20 armies up? No, there's up to 30. Of course. It is level 13. The classic. About 13, they hit around 25 to 30 armor total. Juby, he'll be hit in the face by an arrow. He's going to go down. No way out of that. Brax's rotation finds a kill. But only dead for 30 seconds. That's his constellation prize. Costabile eyeing up the Roche by the looks of it. They can interrupt this if they know about it, though. And the global stance was on cooldown anyway. That wasn't the biggest deal. Stampede is still on cooldown for, I think it's about 20 seconds.
Monkeys could still go in
there
with their
14.
Team. You can see by their movement, they're not quite feeling this. They're not quite.
Rio moving forward with the concoction, tosses out. Don't know about the one on the high ground, and actually Rio going forward with the blink, wants to kill into Boris. The stomp's going to be in their return. The double edge well. Boris needs to get out of range of the Radiance. He'll be able to do so, but Rio just covering out here because the Roche has been completed by the Troll. Now his team will join him. The Earth Splitter in this area. It looks like BSJ is just going to disappear. Monkey's forever. He can't stand up against Eva. They're keeping everyone alive on the side. INR8 does nowhere near enough damage, retreating to his remnant and making it out alive. But you lose 2 cores for this, and they still get their hands on the Aegis on the side of Team.
That was painful.
Actually, INR8's not out yet. Costabile, he knows something's up here. Steering chains are going to come out. There's the slows with the Will and Axes. And if it gets close enough, he'll be able to bash you up. The Mask Guard has the damage. INR8, the arrow, he's dead.
Oh, what a disaster. And this game that was so close in farm is now 7k behind, just off of the power of that Elder Titan team fight. BSJ couldn't do anything.
And we were commending them. We were commending Rooons on keeping this network gap so close. On the 2 of the cores just up in the highest spots. And their silencer is down and dead again. But to highlight it more, look at the Troll now, sitting second net worth. He's just spiked past them.
And now things get rough. They're not gonna, they're gonna lose their tower advantage now. So bot tower going down, mid tower is gonna be very hard to defend into this. And BSJ has not really been committing on the enemy bot towers himself. He was just sending illusions instead of really hitting into it with that metamorphosis. And he might be regretting that now because that bot lane is very short for Team. They get to move into the jungle really fast.
The BSJ's moved quickly. He's gone top. INR8, on the other hand, he's going to be threatened here. Rioya charging the stun. Gets around Tom. The stun's going to be there. And hold him in place. With the battle chance coming up with the Troll, he's dead. And I was, you know how we were saying about how elusive you are? Not so much when the Alk is right on top of you. That's going to be a second tower. They might just go straight for base at this point. I mean, if you want, you could go top, but it's being shoved in pretty hard by BSJ. Maybe try and ambush him from the side.
You can cut back into him, although you'd expect him to go back. But Nushim is enough to hold the Terrorblade split push. Just on his own.
It's true. The risk is always there. That's actually a big reason as to why he built the Hurricane Pike. Just so he can get out of the risk of being stomped into a combo.
BSJ needs to get out.
He's leaving. He knows when he's not welcome. He's like, well, if they're not pushing on my high ground, there's only one option they're trying to take here. And Brax does have an invis room. And they haven't, I mean, they might have actually spotted them deep in the jungle, so they won't assume Moonlight Shadow has been used. So Brax might be able to get some value here.
The Crimson Guard is nearly done for Monkeys Forever, but at this point I'd hope he goes into the Aghanim's next.
But they're going to need
They're going to need to save BSJ from just getting blown up. during these teamfight ultimates.
Valtron's
But-
coming in the bot lane. They found him again. BSC, no, he gets the thunder out. They might be getting the double edges there. The stun control. Ryoya getting low. He's going to die. 70 seconds on the sideline. And the greed does get punished from
That
Team
was
T.
very opportunistic. I'm guessing that with his previous success on the Ember Spirit, he thought he could do the same to BSJ. Those two are not equal. We talked about BSJ being very tanky. This is the second time he overengages on the Terrorblade, isn't it? Underestimating the armor.
It's not the low-bearing fruit he thought. Just because he's sitting further network doesn't mean he's an easy pick-off. I mean, he has so much armor. Up to 34 at this point.
Yes. And he has been catching arrows, catching stomps. He has not been able to contribute very much at all.
Throw. They're going to try and poke him here. Light Striker ready. Actually can get rid of him. They'll be able to pop the Aegis. There's the Laguna. He has the BKB, so they'll back up instantly. But now they're not too worried about that second life.
I know it.
He's just trying to annoy them a little bit. But there is an ATOS. This might be problematic if someone was anywhere near to stop him. We'll just remnant away.
Getting a little bit cheeky there.
Yeah, you gotta go for the style points. When you pick these heroes like an Ember Spirit.
Oh yeah, and I have seen entire series. Of course, there is only one game left. This is the last one. But I have seen entire series turn on just some cheeky plays that people felt like they could pull off and emboldening their teammates by doing that. Like, look at what we can get away with. It happens. So...
Oh, you can tilt your opponents like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's kind of borderline. It's like, why is he doing this? Why are we not punished? Can we punish this?
You know what I haven't heard in a while, though? It's the party horn.
Yeah, the
I
party.
think Monkeys
He's
is being
full.
very focused right now.
He is. He has to be. This is intense. It all comes down to this game, and he is crucial to success here.
That Aghanim Scepter is going to do a lot of work.
Well, cutting across, Brax. Needs to be careful about showing too aggressively here, but his team is stacked behind him and on the move with the smoke.
Brax is still behind, by the way. Like, his net worth is not terrible, but if you compare him to Boris or even to his own support Nushin,
Well, he hasn't gone catch up either, even with the Dragon Lance. He's just filling.
there is no space for him.
There's no life for Silence. So the arrow does miss, but Juby is long dead. That is 45 seconds without your silence or so. They might just try and flip this into another kill because no global silence. Thumbs up. Let's go prowling.
This Alchemist is about to hit
Dire's top tower is under
peak
attack.
Alchemistin.
They need to do Summer Stone and
He's got Smart
Ryoya.
Style,
This is...
Octarine Core.
What are you doing? Reveals to the Terrorblade illusion. But I was about to say, the big concern here is it feels like it's only a little bit of chip here and there, but Team are kind of giving Rooons a lot of space to just hit on towers slowly.
Yes. That bot tower did finally fall.
Top
Poor
tower's down to
Mr.
half HP as well.
Everyone hiding in the trees.
It's always
Yeah.
interesting when you get to this point in the game because they know they can just exploit that top lane. They've been poking at it, and now they show Monkeys, and look at the response coming out from Team. The problem is opening up with the
They're
Centaur
doing
isn't
it.
ideal. Well, there is another problem though. They are baiting a response, but this response might be stronger than they were looking for. Stomp doesn't connect. Moving through. Ryoya blinks forward with the concoction going on Monkeys forever, doing a lot of damage. Crimscards can keep him alive for a bit. The arrow does connect, and the speed at which Ryoya attacks with. The Earth Splitter maybe not needed too much, but Iron Light, they ping out. They see where he goes. The Remnant, he's already hunting. Ryoya charging up the concoction, trying to move away. He's like, no, not like this. The global stance doesn't dodge out with the mana, and now with the TP out opportunity, he'll make it. Troll looks the wrong way. No chance for a first hit bash. The space. I want to say something important here. Space for BSJ, because the entire while in the bot lane, he's just been farming up. You force the entirety of Team to go hunt.
Well, but it's not like it was just Monkeys Forever that forced that, because they did have both Boris and Ionite on that lane as well. And Nushin has been sent back immediately to def the mid tower. No chip damage there. And with all of those cores meeting up on the top lane, it is no doubt that the top tower is going to go down.
I think it's kind of the highlight of the draft, right, for Rooons is the Ember has been relegated to this same role as the Centaur. It's all about enabling BSJ.
It's a little bit different. The Ember is there to push out the waves. The Centaur is there to be off map and be the threat. And we have seen several really good both counter engages from him, as well as straight up surprise, here's a center for you moments.
Well, Centaur's still got a little bit of a way to go before he's got his hands on the Ags. He needs to get about 2,000 and a little bit gold.
And I think that Rooons need to play this very careful before that moment. And PSJ moving back at just the right time.
Moonlight Shadow coming out. You said he moved back. He actually moved forward. Now the Witness Curse is there. They're going to set up for an arrow. Even leaping to make sure he gets along the steering chain to stop Moran from getting involved. Now the Concoction. They need to go work fast here. The stun, the control, the battle trance is enough. BHA is going to fall an Iron Late. He needs to get out of dodge quick. 65 seconds without your Terrorblade. And I smell a Roche about to happen.
Boris is immediately going to cut the creep wave. Great instincts on that guy. I'm not sure if he's going to survive that.
He will. They don't care.
They're focusing on the Roche.
They're fully on the Roche. And, well, this is problematic because we just said Ryoya's hitting critical mass on this Alchemist.
Yes.
And what better way to be able to exploit that critical mass than picking up a second life and targeting that high ground? And you can see the move straight away from all of Rooons. Just keep the waves pushed out. It's the only option they have. It's risky, but you have to make this risk.
Yes. The problem is going to be now that they've been able to, with the Thunderplay, turn things around on this Alchemist before.
Look at Boris. He's still up here. All right. Light Strike Array. Just gets rid of the creeps. Obviously, Catapult's a little bit too tanky. They ping onto him, but this Blink gives him so much freedom to do this. Is he gonna? No. He wants Mike.
Of course.
He's seeing it. Yours is going to come out. There's going to be a Light Strike Ray, but Ryoya moves across. He got baited in the Concoction. No! Boris's greed instantly punished by, ironically enough, the man who's all about greed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You gotta push any advantage you get, right? And he did hold the line long enough for BSJ to be back up. We're still looking at about 1.5k gold until that Aghanim Scepter. Wait.
Oh, mid lane. Alchemist a bit far forward. Ryoya, he does have a cheese, but he won't have an Aegis. And now, Stampede moving forward. He's going to have to pop it out. But no, he can't throw out. He's stunned. He gets globally silenced. They're going to hold in place. The Searing Chains. The damage from BSJ too big. The BKB means they can't be moving. Costa Bile trying to go here. The Earthman is going to be, and they will be able to get rid of monkeys in return. But that is a big price to pay for a kill into a centaur. Costa Bile just trying to fall from what Iron Late. Going to slow him down. The Searing Chains trying to move forward, but the arrow will not connect. The Remnant out just in time. And, well, now you feel pressure. Do you go back or do you try and exploit someone with the Centaur dead? I don't think you can approach that high ground belonging to Rooons.
And this is what can happen if BSJ actually gets to contribute to these fights. He puts out so much damage. He's got the BKB now. So, no more stray arrows spoiling his parties.
Wow, if you play the tree line, maybe. But this is possibly one that, I'd say Terrorblade, maybe the strongest hero in terms of power spike he gets from a BKB pickup. Because, you know, you have to stun this man. You can't let him have freedom. If he just gets the thunder out, you're done. And we are in a meta where you don't really have many BKB piercing stuns.
Well, the troll can bash.
Yeah,
and
there is that.
You might be looking at, for example, a basher pickup on the Alchemist as well.
That would be a surefire choice, considering how quickly he attacks. He did go for the AC instead. I would pray that he goes for a Bastion next, especially with the additional attack speed from the Battle Trance and, of course, the Assault Curse. When it's Curse bot lane, arrow's going to be there. It'll connect us. No! Oh. No, the bodyguard in from Boris! What a goddamn hero here!
That is a noble sacrifice. Indeed.
My God.
The respect tips coming out.
You have to press F to pay respect for Boris. He dies for a noble cause. Ember will live to fight another day. And Costa Bile on the high ground, trying to poke here, has his BKB and the Aegis at the ready. And Rax, the Dragon Lance doesn't have to be too close to the tower.
Well, they don't have any creeps in here yet.
Ryoya's coming though. Searing Chase to hold him in place, but he's about to start knocking in your buildings. Can you hear it coming? You better. The Battle Trance getting him even quicker. Ryoya move on the arrow. No! Iron Leg is found! Boris isn't here to protect him this time, and he's going to go down. No! He gets a Remnant! This stuff doesn't connect in time, and Ryoya charging up a stun. He wants to target. BSJ is up and getting in. He will just TP away. Or Blink Array, rather. They might look to turn around on this. Jump in, Stomp coming out. The man will not dodge. And no, going to work. BSJ, he gets rid of Troll once. Can he get rid of him twice? Doesn't care about the Earth Splitter. Looking to get involved in this fight. Surrounded. There's the BKB. Costabile trying to go to work. Going to go on the Monkey Gate. Nope. Can't get any stuns. Going to force stun away. Still chasing the deep, but decides to turn around, trying to retreat now. And BSJ with a reflection. Slowing them all down. Light strike rate. Connect on the 2. They're going to get the Wyvern down. And it looks like Alchemist. Can they get him 2? He's dead. 85 seconds on the sideline. They're going to hold their base. They do lose some buildings, but Team did not get the clean exit they were looking for.
They did not. And the reason why BSJ was so late, because he was pushing top. He was so occupied with the fight on bot lane that he forgot to micro his 2 illusions into attacking the tower. Otherwise, they might have even traded tower for tower here. And this is a blow for Rooons to lose their bot racks here, but they are still holding pretty well. And we've been saying before, like, they do not have to be scared for the ultra late at all.
Exactly. I mean, you can sacrifice a lane like this. It's only problematic if this stage, if you're 2 lanes down. So all things intended, Rooons are far from out of this game.
So racks can be threatened on mid now as well. And the last tower on bot, I got a feeling that Rooons is going to look to even take that one as well. They are waiting for someone to come out of the base.
They're snooping. They got a smoke. There's going to be obvious someone's around. Of course, they did just push the lane in. Costabile is going to respond, but that's not the one they need.
You're covering the flank of that tier 2 tower, making sure that nobody comes in there while you pressure it down.
And they have to
there. Defend straight from the backlines.
Are they going to try for this? Alka's up in 5. They might be able to buy enough time for this. They Moonlight shadowed up. They're on the hunt, but they won't find anything because Rooons, they show discipline here and back up.
And I'm thinking that it might have been Nusham on the top wave who gave away that there was an MLS coming in. And Monkeys Forever was even looking for him. He's picked up a gem.
Oh, he's got the Ags as well. This is a huge pickup. The Power Spike coming out. We're talking about the net worth bouncing back, but we weren't seeing it being used. We hadn't seen anything being picked up. But that item is one of the biggest items you could get this game as a booster for the side of Rooons.
That is a huge swing in the win probability.
You know what? Dota Plus is starting to believe.
Dota Plus knows stuff.
Monkeys slow down, held in place, rooted up. The arrow's going to connect. No, the creep gets in the way. The back, the first hit. Monkeys, Stampede trying to move away. This is such an important kill, just picking up the axe. They might be able to stop. He's going to buy enough time, but can he now blink out? Yes, he can. He makes his escape.
Oh.
And there's the party horn we've been waiting for. So intensely focused on farming his ags. That's what he knew. It's like, wait, I remember now, guys. Party horns.
The mood has returned. And you can see how insanely powerful that boosted ult of Centaur is. Imagine that you're trying to hit his team instead of him, and you're doing that little damage.
Yeah, definitely. I know that it's just snooping here. He doesn't want to push in too hard. Nusham's going to be the one to come respond. That's a little bit too tanky to deal with. And the tower will still fall. The Catapult gets the final hit out before the Stomp connects. And they are running out of our towers. Team, no tier 2s left. Their base will start to feel very exposed when they're up against the Terrorblade.
Oh yes, and the Terrorblade's coming in with smoke.
He is indeed. He's got Lincolns. He's got this BKB. He's feeling pretty damn well protected.
Especially with the backup of that Centaur as well.
Boris, Light Striker 8 snipes him out the Laguna as well. Going to get Brax low here. The Reflection moving in. He can't move quick enough. The Cold Embrace to protect him. Do pop the Linkers. They're going to move away. Light Striker 8 to hold Brax in place. They need a few more taps. The Earth Splitter, the Stampede jumping right on top of it. The stun's going to be there, but no. Now going to work. Looks like TB, BKB coming out. Costabile, not a single goddamn bash. They get rid of the Alchemist now. Mana dodging out. They're going to turn around. Costabile has to run for the high heels. Dead. Alchemist can't do anything. Light Striker 8 missed time just by a fraction of a second here. The Stomp's going to come out. Sleeping on the side is Boris. They might go back in. The concoction's out. They force the buyback of the Alchemist.
He melts.
And this will be where they leave. They're happy with that. That is a huge investment cost for the Alch.
Oh, yes. That all went so bloody fast. But you can see with that Centaur ult, the turnaround possibility from Team just gets cut off. Just when they're gearing up to go back in. It's like, no, you're going to get in this guy.
And you can see the frustration of Costabile. Not a single goddamn bash from that Terrorblade. And he knows everyone in this lobby knows right now, Costabile's one job existing in this game is to hit that Terrorblade.
Is to bash that Terrorblade, but he can't guarantee that.
RNG is a cruel mistress sometimes.
He could bash Annihilate.
Annihilate? No, he gets away. No first hit bash. This is a very, very sad troll.
And a very, very fast man. I have seen a lot of Ember Spirits that will let you hit them a couple of more times than that.
I mean,
he's on his toes.
He got 2 to 3 hits out. I think it was 3 hits just about before the Slight Fist came out. So he had his chance. RNG opportunities, there was a few there.
Monkey's Forever is going to go into a heart next. How are they going to kill that guy? Like, I mean, you don't want to kill that guy.
Think of just think of the return damage. We've seen what happens at this stage in the game when a Centaur walks into your base and tanks the tower. The tower takes more damage than him.
Yes. Like, they said they fixed that.
They most definitely did not. It must have been very recently because Monkeys was doing it in the Kuala Lumpur qualifiers.
Well, it used to be even more effective. Is what
Oh yeah, no, they did nerf it, but it's still pretty damn effective at this stage in the game, especially.
And only a 10k lead for Team with the Alchemist. He's maxed out now. He's gonna go for the BKB, but that's about as far as he's gonna go. And then it's time to start doling out Aghanim Scepters. And I am looking at Nushim as like the prime.
The disarm is huge here against the Terrorblade.
Yes. That is gonna be the turning point the other way.
That's their best act as well, really.
Smoke up.
Oh, jump in. They're going to find someone. The stomp comes out straight away on the Costabile. BKB is going to be there for the light strike hits. And now, turn on the troll. Bashed in place. Going to force start beam deeper. Further away from his team. BSJ trying to move across and help, but it's too late. The return damage does get Costabile low. But on the other side of the fight, Newsroom gets found and killed. And now BSJ looking to go work. Alex Mike needs to get out of here, but he can't. The winner's curse used. He might make this escape. No, the TP interrupted by Boris. The buyback comes out for the Centaur as well. They're still on the hunt for more on the side. They won't be able to find it, but double kill for Annihilate as they clean up the supports on the side of Team.
And the Roche didn't spawn yet, so BSJ is moving straight towards the base.
Hello. They're going to spot it there. They might turn around and go for it. They could go high ground here, in fairness.
This is a hard moment. You have BSJ halfway through, and he turns around.
Yep. They're not going to hesitate.
Straight around.
Instant buyback out the Elder Titan. They know what's going on here. They have to.
Alchemist Illusions, pressuring top. You can't let them distract you now.
Nah, a little bit of chip damage. Who cares? If you get your hands on this Aegis, it's everything.
And Monkey's Forever not getting off his ult in that last fight. Like, this is risky now. If he dies...
Well, he bought back. He has to be very careful with his positioning now. So there you go. There's your Aegis, your cheese, and your goddamn refresher. A second opportunity for Centaur to just charge for the Stampedes. Let's pray he doesn't get
him, though.
No, they're going to spin it. Okay, double Terrorblade, double Metamorphosis BKB is actually a fair shot at this point.
I'd say that that's going to do pretty well as well.
Well, Costabile, he's angry. He's taking his frustration out on the shrines. This one's a little bit irrelevant at this point, though. So, next priorities for the team. You got to buy time on the side of Team. You do have the means to do it with the Mana Illusions. Your supports can push out lanes as well. You're going to have to try and force Rooons to come out and make a mistake.
Yes, and you have a lot of split pressure, but the same can be said for Rooons who have not just the Terrorblade Illusions, but also this Ember Spirit who has been going about pressuring further and further. Is he
Speaking of Ember, no bashes again. Costabile, can this man not get a break? Party horns again. Monkeys is like, hey, no RNG.
At some point, the luck's gonna run out.
Yeah, but how long are you going to be waiting until that's the case?
Do they have the time?
They're running out of time, in my opinion. Like, you look at it right now. We talked the Alki starts to pass at this point. Boris. Hex comes out. No, they might have actually found the troll. They're going to get the global signs, and now the Storm Control. The Light Striker Raiders running from the Laguna, getting him blown off. He's dead. 100 seconds on the sideline. And that is a huge pick-off for the side of Rooons.
I think they saw him move through the Roche area and then... Wait, is there,
the sentries, the orbs, it's all covered from when they went into that Roche pit.
Wow.
They brought the full package, and now BSJ is going to get ready to return that to their base.
At least they have a buyback on Costabile.
They're going to need it. There's no way you do not commit a buyback here.
And I want to see them slow down this push a little bit, because you have 30 seconds left on the Stampede timing.
I know, they get a little bit aggressive.
Needs to be careful. You don't pop the Metamorph just yet. They were waiting for the creeps to come in as well.
Yeah, they got a little bit of time, but Troll's still dead for 50. Will be forcing this. The Stomp going to come out, though. They're going to jump in straight away. No, Wyvern gone, already dead. The buyback's there from the Troll, but no buyback for this Wyvern. Costabile TP's in, has to move away straight away, and Terrorblade, he just has a party with the tower.
Glyph comes out. It's only going to slow him down for a little bit, though. They kite out, they dodge out, they don't care, they go back in. Weave back and forth between this tier 3 is going to fall. They finally have managed to breach TT's base. And while BSJ, he's feeling a little bit cozy. He likes this neighborhood. He might take up permanent residence as he begins to wail on the racks here.
Yeah, he's going to make some space for himself.
He's going top. This is greedy, but you can. You know the Wyvern doesn't have buyback at this point because it's such a huge thing to have the winner's curse. You would have used it already. Monkey's that sniper might be decisive for Yo-Yo.
Has his BKB. He
can't do anything. Splitter, Arrow, controlling the center. The BKB going for BSJ though. He's going to turn around and spike. Yo-Yo, he's forced into the BKB of his own, but no. Now he's the cheese. Monkey's moving forward the Stampede. Will force them all back, which creates a zonal buffer for BSJ just to hit in the building. So he's a fresh shot and look to go for more. Looks like Stendar might fall here. He can't live. No, he's going to stay alive there to turn around. I know, they jump on the back foot, gets the kill on the Nushim, and Ryoya, he has to leave because Chemical Rage just ended. Costabile has respawned, but what can he do? Monkey's still alive, refuses to die. That's 2 lanes that are going to go down because BSJ is not done yet. He's going to go across and he's going to finish off this Rax in the mid lane. And you have one last lifeline on the side of Team. I'm not even sure they're going to stop. They're not. They're going.
They're going. They're going. Monkeys forever.
Limping. Needs to be careful here. Concoction from Ryoya will throw it out. He gets dodged. No, he gets stunned still. And now they move forward. Annihilate, what are you doing? They pop him once. That's just the Aegis. But look at this side. BSJ, he's in a world of his own. He's just hitting buildings. That's all that matters to him. They need a stun right now. Costabile going in. The winner's going. No, the bash. They're going to get it. But now they'll turn around. They're standing down to half HP. They're going to kill. Troll needs to be away. The full stun trying to get him safe. BSJ is going to try to come away from this. Ryoya trying to turn around with the stun. But he doesn't know which target he wants yet. BSJ, that's the Brian one, but he stuns himself instead. BSJ, he's free to do what he wants. Axe Spike is down. The Life Strike array. They're going to. Oh, he's gone. He can't get out. He's going to use the B game in. It was too late. No Chemical Race to work with. He's going to go down. Brax on the side. Drain his retreat, but he can't. He's going to die. They've lost everyone. The buyback comes out from the Miranda. The BKB used by Costabile just to run away. And they are on the edge of the abyss right now. Everyone alive on the side of Rooons, but barely.
Oh, that was so close at so many points. BSJ getting off that Sunder. Boris throwing out the clutch stuns. They and you gotta feel for Team there because they were so close.
They don't leave.
Holding.
They don't need to. Thunder comes out, they're going for the throne. They can smell the victory. They can smell DreamLeague calling to them. And they want to fulfill their dreams. Brax, in desperation, has to do something. Costabile looking for the backstab on the side. He needs to get a first hit back if there's any moment for the BS right now. But no, the Hex coming out. They're going to move forward. They're going to find the Miranda. She's dead. She's gone. Nushim trying to put that stuff. There's the bash that's coming out, but it's only on the lead. And Costabile, what can you do? They're all asleep. But you're Searing Chain on the spot. They're going to turn around. The Reflex are going to be there. Going to jump in. The BTB back in coming out. There's another Earth Splitter. Maybe the opportunity. The Searing Chain's control into the troll. He's looking to heal up, but he can't. The Stampede through, they just run him down. And they crush the dreams of Team with that move. GG! As we will secure the final resident for DreamLeague Season 10 here.
Oh, wow. That final stand right there with BSJ doubting just a little bit and then going for the buildings. And Team, they really did give it their all, and there was this point where I thought that they did it again.
They missed the timing. They missed the timing. It felt like Team, they had this one. You could smell it. You could smell how close it was. But then BSJ, he literally rinsed and repeat what he done the first game.
Is the moment where they start losing their grip on killing this Terrorblade all the time. They lose the grip on the game. And I want to say just my MVP for this game is Boris.
We love some Boris.
He created, the amount of clutch turnarounds, especially that dust on Costabile near the top room. I'm gonna go back and look at what kind of wizardry. What is that man using that he just knows the guy is gonna be there?
The Hex pickup was phenomenally timed for that as well. But you know what? I'm not sure who I want my MVP to be. It might be Gaben for making sure that there were no bash love for the troll. Because the amount of times Costabile could not get that first hit bash was crucial to this. It bought not just seconds, it brought minutes. I'd say 10 minutes extra with the amount of times that failed ganks because no bash love. But
feel for the guy.
It's not about the RNG. We have to give credit where credit is due. And she wants this. Yes. All right, monkeys, this is for you because you never let us down with your own. Mine's gone down this time. Sorry, this is how you make me feel, monkey. No, it's not even... There we go. It's done at that time. Didn't make a noise. That's terrible.
Mine is dead.
I think they're a little bit ripped. But congratulations are definitely due for the side of Rooons there, and commiserations of the team. They gave it their best, but in the end, timing's matter, and the window passed. That's terrible late. That's terrible late show up at that stage.
You know who else gets a victory here?
I do. I feel bad. I was happy beating Drawn of God. Drawing with a TI analyst, but I take victory here. That's going to be me rounding up for 18 points.
Predictions are a crapshoot.
And you joined me, didn't you? So you get your 13. That's not bad.
No. I took my risks.
You did. It didn't pay off.
No.
You know what to do next time around. But we have all the news we need to do. I can't believe it's almost over. We've been going for about 66 hours here. Well, actually, I don't know. We might bounce over to... Did we bounce over to 67 with that final game? They're not telling me.
I am...
No, we didn't. We're on 66. But, guys, there are teams to congratulate here. We know all of our participants for this minor. Of course, congratulations go out to Final Tribe, that were the first team to make it here altogether.
The Swedes.
Team Liquid. Yeah, you gotta have some Swedes here, right? There's plenty on the production, and now you know they can have someone to secretly cheer for when they're trying to be unbiased while helping out and adminning for the other teams. They will be totally unbiased. But, of course, Team Liquid, congratulations to them. They made it here. That's going to be pretty hype, but it gets even hyper. Na'Vi are back at a LAN. Joined by Tigers, which is, I think that's probably the biggest team we had in the SE. I mean, in terms of brand,
Yeah, well, they made a really big splash at last year's TI qualifiers, nearly making it in as the second team for TNC. Of course, they are just Tigers now.
Yep,
and
they lost the sponsor because of the new rules for Valve. But the teams to announce continue. China, Royal Never Give Up have made it through. Congratulations.
Give a shout out to my boy Adam here.
Yeah, Adam is going to be coming back this week. I mean, last time he was here as a coach, I remember I was here as well. It's going to be brilliant to see him playing at a LAN. And it didn't take him long to get here, of course, from the coach role. And then SA, we did announce earlier, congratulations to Infamous on making it and rounding it out. Of course, the NA region, Complexity did make it through yesterday, and joining them, of course, BSJ will be here with Rooons. I keep saying BSJ. It's just because you think of BSJ first, mainly because of the promo code. It's Thrift's fault for mentioning it. But
for me, Boris is going to be here. I have no idea what the guy is like. I'm looking forward to seeing him on LAN.
Yeah, amazing play. I mean, he's going to be... We always talk about cores that people want to watch and shop for, right? The niche is a big one this season around. If we see a shuffle further down, I could see Boris in there easily.
You don't want to shuffle right now. I don't.
No. But I mean, like, big teams start hunting, right? Because they do.
Oh yeah, performances like this are the kind of thing that gets you on the radar of people.
But yeah, I can't believe it. It's over already. Could you believe it? 36 hours of intense casting.
Preparing for this moment from the moment that we started here this morning, I was like, oh man, this is the last.
It's a heartbreaking experience when it comes to an end each time, but you know what? Congratulations. You've done fantastically here. First time on camera for a cast. And you know what? You bloody nailed it. Did fantastically, right? Chat, they said what they went. I think they loved you as well. I love working with you.
They have been so nice to me. And I do want to say here, by the way, I think chat undervalues you because they've seen you before. You know, I am new and exciting. But this guy enables me so much. And the amount of things that he gets me that I can just riff off of, it is absolutely great. So I am so happy to have been able to do this together with you.
Thank you. You got me tearing up, man. Is that true, chat? Do you like me? I don't know. But all that matters is, you know, my caster was happy with me. I'm happy with my caster. We had some great insights, some little kind of tidbit to coach moments where we couldn't poke too hard because we didn't want to give away your top secrets and create a whole new diverse brand of coaches taking your role. But I mean, I really can't believe you know what? I'm outraged actually we didn't make it to 69 hours. That is the biggest disappointment. I was promised.
I would have loved to have some more essay action after this, maybe, but
the Infamous were decisive though. And I don't think that series would have went longer than this one though.
We got a good finale here. I think it's good. Like, I think we can close it down here. We can give production some time to rest in a while. We can give chat a break from all of the puppy ads.
I'm just putting BSJ.
And-
Some people call me out for it, so I'm just put it there. There you go. Courtesy of BSJ securing me the victory in that ball. I just had to get that out of the way. But of course, it hasn't just been us here. There's never any thanks that goes out to the people behind the camera. You know, we endured the nights, but we weren't alone in this. Of course, big thanks going to our guys out back. We've got Ruben and Axel back there from production, and I couldn't have done any of this without my boy Scriff, giving us all the obs, the sweet obsing, of course, all of the important tips in the pauses that he liked to highlight. Thank you for that, guys.
Thank you, Scriff.
And, well, that's going to be it. It does come
For
to a
now.
close, sadly. Tear in my eye.
But
Heart beating 100 a minute. I'm not, well, I don't know. That's 100 a second. And I don't know if that is because I don't want to leave or it's because I've half emptied that fridge.
but this was only the step up to the real Dota action.
It was. There's plenty to come over the next couple of months because, of course, on the 29th of the 10th. Yeah, that is right. I'm reading that
Yeah.
right. I'm not an idiot. Like 29th of the 10th.
You might be, but you're reading it right.
There we go. On 29th of the 10th, the action will continue here at DreamLeague in Sweden, Stockholm, as 8 teams will converge for an opportunity to seize some DPC points they felt denied by the major. So it's not over for them. It's just the beginning. But it is the end for now from us. So be sure to check back in on this channel on the 29th of October.
I'm
And
expecting to see you all there.
well, until then, guys, thanks for tuning in. I've been Killer Pigeon. This has been Kips. And you've been a pleasure as always. See you all later.